Hello everyone, and once again welcome back to the PUBG Mobile Club Open 2020 Fall Split. My name is Varun Super Johnny John, and today we're gonna start with our second part of the journey. The first part was the group stages where we had 32 teams, but from those 32, 8 have been eliminated. Now what we are left with is the top 24 teams who are gonna be playing in the semi-finals today. And as I said, this is going to be day number 1. Joining me, ladies and gentlemen, on the desk, it's going to be the Papa Bear himself, Fixes.
Thank you so much, Johnny. But right now, as we have entered the semi-finals, now things are gonna get a lot more interesting and a lot tougher because from the South Asian regions, we are gonna have just 11 teams qualifying for the finals because you have a lot of teams from Nepal and Bangladesh waiting for you in the finals.
Well, yeah, about that. It is 10 teams that are going to be qualifying
10.
in the finals. We were misinformed a little bit. It is 6 teams that have been invited in total from the South Asia region, 1 from Bangladesh and 5 from Nepal. So that's how the split is going to be. 6 invited teams and top 10 teams from the semi-finals moving forward in the finals. So finishing in the top 10 is going to be important over here. And as this journey starts, it's going to get even more intense day by day as the teams are going to be running out of matches slowly and steadily. So the format, we are going to talk about it in a little while. But first, before we talk about the format, we have to talk about what is on the line for these lads. It is the prize pool. It is the slots for the PUBG Mobile Pro League Season 2.
And for the first position, you get that $2,600. And second position, $1,600. Third and fourth will be getting $1,100. But what really matters is those slots for the PMPL Season 2. And 5th to 16th are gonna get that $1,100. But that is all they have to be satisfied with. And for 17th to 32nd position, they have to get $600, and that's where they go home. So right now, we have seen the prize pool. We know what these teams are fighting for. But along with everything, these teams are also fighting for their bragging rights. They're representing their nation. And how do you get that? You have to take those kills. You have to earn those points, those positions, and everything. And let's take a look at the points distribution table. Pretty standard. We have been seeing this from a long time. For the first position, 20 points. Second gets 14. Third gets 10. And it slowly reduces down to 1 point for the 11 to 16 position. And the best part, like I've always mentioned, 1 kill gets that 1 point.
Yeah, and that has been pretty important for teams like Venom Legends, who have been really consistent in the placement and the kills and are still holding a really good standing. We're holding the good standing, in fact, as far as the group stages were concerned. But talking about standings, they have been reset, so everyone starts from 0. And talking about starting from 0, there are going to be new groups. Teams are going to be reshuffled into 3 groups this time. So let's have a look at the groups as well. 3 groups this time, 24 teams divided. And starting things off with Group A, we have Rivals X, E2S, OPM, A1 Esports, and High Voltage, the first 4 teams. The next 4 are going to be for Archangels, RisingNepal, Kira Peaceflow, and HARAME, who also had a good finishing in the group stages.
Absolutely. Team HARAME were the late bloomers. They started off really bad, but then they picked up the pace. But right now, taking a look at the teams that are going to be playing from Group B, we have Phantom Esports, God's Reborn, Angry Springs, PWP Esports, followed by KSX, DoyenKnightSs, Trusty Process, Abrupt Slayers. I mean, TDP, these were the teams that were really struggling yesterday and finally somehow managed to edge inside the top 24. But talking about Group C, we have PN Crew, Wolfsdane, Satan, DRS Gaming, a team that has been dominant throughout the group stages, and now we will have to see how they fare off in the semi-finals. Now, in Group C, we also do have Soulz OF BD, Venom Legends, SOLTISQUAD, 7C Esports, who have also really had to try hard on the final day to get into the top 24.
Yeah, especially in that last game. I mean, TDP making it into the semi-final stages, that was a pleasant surprise, welcomed, I'm sure, by their fans and the people of Nepal. But this team is going to have to improve their performance quite significantly in these semi-finals if they want to make sure that they're moving towards the finals and finish in the top 10, because it is going to be a tough situation for these teams to fight it out. Every single team will play 16 matches. After those 16 matches, whoever the top 10 is, they get to move up. Rest everyone else they will be out of this game.
Yeah, absolutely. And for teams like TDP qualifying in the final games, I mean, that was more of a sigh of relief because if you talk about that team, we always anticipate that team to be getting into the finals, and they are a potential candidate to win the PMCO itself.
Yeah.
So, you know, for them, now it was a risky business getting in, but now things have settled down. Now you start from zero. Now you have to get your way back up, and let's see. As the games commence today, we'll have to see how these teams are going to play today.
Well, we will definitely see how these teams are going to be performing, especially once they actually start performing in their matches and the matches start going into those negative numbers when you're just calculating. Now we have 7 games left, now we have 6 games left, 5. And as soon as they go down, the pressure is going to build up on these lads. Along with that, there's going to be the pressure that you know who you are going to face in the finals itself. It's going to be Elementrix, it's going to be INES, a team that basically tore up the stage when it came to the PMPL scrims as well. We saw them improve quite a lot. It's going to be Gianmara who is going to be there waiting for them.
Yes, absolutely. INES, I believe they joined later, and they have been a team that I love to watch with the level of aggression that they have. Finally, we get to see Kapshi back. But what about Evil Eye? I mean, he is playing in a different team now. We have to see what new changes have INES got into their roster. All these teams are watching carefully and are learning all the strats. And they've got that experience from the Pro League. And they will be definitely looking forward to carry it forth in the PMCO Finals because they've got their eyes on the Pro League.
Well, everyone has their eyes on the Pro League. In fact, as the teams will start this battle in the semifinals will commence at any given moment, and it is going to be an intense one as well because if we're talking about the maps these guys are going to play, it is going to be quite interesting. Let's have a look at the schedule and we'll talk about it as well because as you see on your screens right now, Erangel, Sanhok, Vikendi, Erangel. So 2 Erangels, 1 Sanhok. Those 3 happen every single day. Changes come in when the Vikendi is going to be swapped out for the Miramar.
Yeah, absolutely. I am a disappointed guy right now because today I don't get to cast Miramar. I mean, that's my favorite map. But still, you love Vikendi and you love those circles, those shapes that it takes. And today we're going to see how teams from Group A and B are going to perform. And what we saw in the group stages, I think we're going to see a better, different meta over here. Teams are going to get more serious. We can see a lot of teams alive in the final circle. So let's see what happens.
Well, talking about what happens, the first game is live. So let's have a look at the trajectory of the plane, which starts all the way from the western edge of the map. That's going to be the western side of Gatka and goes towards the Stalber Kamishki area.
Yeah, and looking at the flight path, we can certainly conclude the fact that teams going towards the southern side, so Snoka military base, Novorep, Milta Power, even Lipovka is going to be very far-fetched. But certain teams will definitely be happy. Pochinki, we have to see who makes that drop on this heart of Erangel and who goes towards which area. But right now, the first questions, we've seen Erangel also having those drastic initial circles. So what do you expect? Do we get to see some very way forward zone?
I mean, today we did get weird zones while we were casting PMCO Pakistan, and it was weird. The first one was a southern circle. The next one was a one towards that mini island between Rozok and the northern parts of this map. So stuff like that, it's really entertaining, but I still want to see the fights happen, and those places, I think the Georgia Pool City area, that's a good spot. Yasnaya Poliana, the farm situation on the southern side, that's pretty incredible. Rozok school area circles, those are going to be nice to look at, and definitely the military base circle.
Imagine the circle goes south, but no disappointments this time. And right now we've seen this circle. This is a very generic circle, but you know what can happen is a lot of tweaks around those 5th and 6th circles. Today in the last game of the Pakistan PMCO we were casting, we saw the circle go towards the western small little island, a small little bridge. There we see the bridge just beside Rozok. So you know that was a drastic circle. A lot of teams had a lot of troubles trying to get inside. But now, in this entire circle, we can also anticipate a Pochinki circle. Pochinki circle is something that we have not casted in a long time as well.
Yeah, in a really long time. And We have seen teams take good fights in that city, but we haven't had a final circle situation in that city area. Not even the Pochinki Hill in a long time. But talking about things, it seems like as we did predict, reaching the military base was going to be tough, but so far it looks like everyone has decided to avoid the island completely, and that doesn't mean if one of the teams actually goes there, they get control of Novorepnoi and military base, and they can basically loot for free over there.
Yeah, they can get that free loot, but we will have to see as to where they exactly want to head out right now. Team Rivals, a team that we absolutely love and adore with the way that they have been playing. Doyen Knights, initially they started off really well, but somewhere they started fizzling out, and today I have to see as to when the points are reset, how are they going to approach to this entire new game. And right now we can see Khuni in front of our eyes right now. RisingNepal, they are moving out towards to the Milta area, and now they're gonna loot, they're gonna have a good time over there, and they will also have to rotate inside the circle. But talking about Pochinki, we do see Team E2SOPM. That has been a surprise team in this entire PUBG Mobile Club Open. I mean, imagine a team from Maldives having a player from Sri Lanka. The variety, the flavors, everything are culminating together, and all the players, Hunter, Toto, Mifsal, they were absolutely amazing yesterday.
Yeah, they were amazing indeed, and that's one of the reasons why they're here. They had a good standing in every single match, managed to be somehow consistent even after they had a bad game, and that is what's important. Even if you get eliminated early, even if you have an early exit in one game, you need to make sure that you aren't overcompensating for that bad performance in the next one. You need to make sure that you are sticking to your game plan, you are being really consistent, and if this team, they just improve even slightly with their team fighting abilities, because that was one thing that both of us felt was lacking from their side, they will definitely be able to finish in the top 10 and contest the other teams for the final slot.
Yeah, absolutely. Right now, let's take a look on the other teams. Team HARAME, like we said, they are a team that has been blooming up late, and they've come up really strong. IR2 is a player that we have to watch out from this team. Alongside Nang, we've seen Nang also pull up some good performances. Right now, Team HARAME is having no trouble looting the shelter areas. They loot all those small compounds. Kind of reminds me of Team Freestyle, where they used to drop over here, loot about the entire area, and just go and hide in that one small compound. But right now, oh my goodness, Abrupt Slayers, they really have been spotted by members of Team HARAME. They take those shots, they want to take that fight. Karthik is in a bit of pickle right now as the grenades come in. Heaven lobbing all those grenades. Where is the backup? Team HARAME, this is looking really, really bad for them, as Heaven will definitely connect that grenade onto with Karthik. Can we anticipate a ban?
No, they are not going to go for the pan. They just want to end this early and move out from here, because this position was quite exposed. The reason they got this easy pick was the backup was not there. And we did see this squad of HARAME get punished for this same mistake again and again, even during the group stages. They split up way too early for the game, and that's the team's playstyle. They like to split loot in a distance location, and the mistake arises in the fact that they are always too far away from each other. There is no time for the backup to come in.
Yeah, there is absolutely no time right now, and HARAME, they will be really, hurt with the start that they have had so far. But right now, Team PWP, this is also a team that has a lot of potential. We saw some good plays coming in. They've got some good players with a lot of good experience out there, and right now it's just their time to shine, that time to prove themselves, and train to kill. Shari, I mean, he was amazing in Vikendi, if you remember the fight he took, but these are your leaders so far. Team Phantom, they've been playing amazing, and all their players. I mean, they might not be the most flashy players, but this team sure knows what consistency is.
Yeah, they do know about consistency, and they have managed to keep their own consistency in a good sort of a graph, or good side of the graph. But now for Archangels, Mr. Wise, has he spotted out the players of KSX? Looks like he's still scouting the compounds to see if he can spot someone out, but the players are on the other side of the ridge, and they are sort of being really careful, because one of the players, I think Sanhok was the one who has spotted out, because he is the one with the perfect angle to actually see the Archangels coming in from the distance. This is going to be a really interesting fight on the side of Rozhok.
Yeah, absolutely. For Archangels, we have to see as to how they are going to proceed against Team KSX. And we have seen Team KS do really well. They've had their good days, they've had their bad days. T-Lex, like you said, is moving in close. Oh, now he's exposed. Oh my goodness, that was a good knock coming in from Abrupt. He's exposed. Oh my goodness, that was a good knock coming in from Abrupt.
They have readjusted their crosshairs towards another team.
Yeah, and right now they are in the open. They do realize that fact because Abrupt Slayers, like you can see, Nova X is already in the fray. And the moment they are too much engaged with a fight against Team Phantom, and that's where Team Abrupt Slayers will be, striking. And God's REBORN, like you can see, they are also in the nearby vicinity. So now PWP has to be very, very careful with every single movement that they make. Now the first circle is coming into a close. As it shrinks down, we will see as to where this entire zone is going to be going around, because a lot of teams have kind of stacked up the center area.
Yeah, the center looks really, really stacked right now, apart from a few teams, that is Skira Slow and DoyenKnightSs, who are going for those late rotations. But the circle moves in this if you abandon your good cover. This time you get nothing. You might just get taken out unless there is a clear line of sight to your opponents, wherein we did see an early fight of that sort. Against where the 4 Archangels did manage to get a pick. Against it's that open, your opponents that are in that open situation wherein you know you're going to confirm their kill. Don't leave your cover, just stay in one position and just hold out. PWP, they definitely needed. Don't leave your. They were quite exposed from 3 different directions, plus they had a team right next to them. But 4 Archangels, once again stepping into the action, are going to take down Gole from the side of AGS. Boom Twice was the lad who got the knock, and with the nade, Mr. Wise is going to try and confirm the kill as well.
Yeah, and right now, Team 4 Archangels, I believe they've not had their lunch today because they sure are hungry, wanting so many kills. They are going on those aggressive front. But right now, Abrupt Slayers also being the one who are trying to play aggressive today. And right from the get-go, in fact, Joko, as you can see, has spotted down SK49. Will also take him down. Can he confirm the kill? Yes, he does. And right now, PWP, like we said, this is a team that has been having those meddling around plays. Again, find themselves in a lot of trouble. One player already down. Now they need a good area where they can kind of sustain for a longer time, because the second circle, as you can see, is slowly but steadily and definitely heading towards Pachinki.
Yeah, it is going to head there eventually, unless it makes a drastic shift, but we can expect that after the 4th circle. For now, most of the teams just having a good early start. Some of them, the teams that have lost players, teams like KSX, PWP, AGS, High Voltage, and HARAME, definitely not having a good start, with stuck with the 3-man roster for now. But this team, 4 Archangels, they look in a really different mood. As you said, might not have had their lunch today, will look really hungry, and that is going to be good for them. Have confirmed 2 kills. That means 2 points are already theirs. Just need to pick up a few more so that they can have a good start to the semifinals and can just start the semifinals with a good momentum. They are charging in on the players of AGS. Muffin is definitely going to be taken down and finished off by these 4 Archangels. But on the other side, Boom Twice is going to be traded out as well, as Hanol is going to go for the charges, but out in the open, he's going to be exposed. Mr. Wise opens the crosshair in the wrong direction, and Hanol is going to be able to reach the broken wall from where he fires the shots, trades out the damage and gets the knock on the second player. But he gets backstabbed by Clutch, who does does a lot of damage. Abrupt charges in, gets the knock. That's going to mean that now Lakhe OP is going to be the last man surviving for the squad of AGS. How long can the lad live? His position was unknown, so he's going to be able to get away. But once again, for Archangels, off to a really, really good start. The knocks that were there by the four Archangels, the players that they had knocked out for their own team, they are going to get an easy revive. But this one, Abrupt Slayers, Joker was taken down. The revive comes in. He's going to heal up and step back into the action against the players of Phantom.
Yeah, and right now, Nova X, he does not really want to peek out at this particular moment. But if one good grenade comes in from Jax, then that might be troublesome. But Frypan, he's got a knock onto his legend. And we know Team Phantom, they know how to utilize on the situation, managing to knock down Nova X. With that, we will be pushing out. But whoa, what do I see? The circle taking that curveball like Johnny predicted today. And right now, Abrupt Slayers, they're in a whole world of trouble. Heaven, he does not know what to do at this particular moment. He has to go in for the revive. But can the players of Team Phantom will give them enough time? Joker does manage to spray down and knock down Jax, who was running in the open. And right now, Lemmy has to provide that cover fire, but he goes down as well. Joker is absolutely on a prowl right now, giving them the space and the time for the revival coming in on the teammate. The grenades are also cooked in, but Rafat will retaliate with a grenade of his own, and Joker goes down. It all comes down to this one man, that is Heaven, had that Uzi, but no, you cannot do anything in front of the domination that Team Phantom have led themselves into.
Yeah, the charge in came in a bit too late. He should have charged in when his teammate Joker from the rooftop was creating damage enough to knock down two players. Had Heaven charged in then, they would have definitely been able to take down the third player as well and then go on for the later fight. But Phantom, once again, a team that was doing really, really, really well during the group stages, have 4 kills confirmed for them, have lost 1 player though, Jax. This might impact the performance during the late game stages. So finishing off with a chicken dinner, it's going to be a little harder, but it's not going to be impossible. That's the good thing. That's what they need to focus on. But the Death Machine, T2K, they are PWP, are charging in slowly and steadily. They have spotted out the players of Phantom. The noise was made with the weapons as well, so PWP know exactly where the players of Phantom are. Are they going to let them escape? Rafat, he has gotten out of the house in his buggy. Frypan is going to do the same, and if he does not take Lemmy with him, then PWP, they might just go for the hunt.
Yeah, they certainly might just go for the hunt, but right now, we have a kerfuffle between the players of Team Rivals and Kira, but there you go, Chari spraying down all those bullets, but Team Phantom responding to it really fast. Lemmy will get that knock on Leon as Rafat, who's really low, will be getting taken down by the play zone. It's still the third circle, so revival is possible, and Team Phantom have to decide, go in for the revive, then heal up, then get inside the circle. A lot of jobs that they have to do, but yes, Frypan does not delay even a second. But right now, Team PWP definitely on the losing end this time, as they lost out yet another player and will have to get inside the circle. But right now, Team Phantom, for them to get inside the circle safely, they will have to maneuver around from the northeastern side.
Yeah, they will be maneuvering around with a really, really wide rotation, but they need to be careful with that one as well, because they can be gate kept. And this circle is going to be really, really interesting. We might just see the swan dives coming in from the players. It is on the very southern edge of the main island in this land of Erangel, and it's going to be quite interesting because RisingNepal have already taken the position on the edge. That means they're just going to be fighting in 3 different directions, right in the front and 2 to the sides. Frypan is going to be finished off by the play zone. The knock is going to be there as well. Kira pays floor. They have a squad right in front of them. Totally takes a lot of damage. Barely managing not to get knocked out by the players of DoyenKnight. But Akish, he does spot out Jane and Kurkure. The damage was being done. Can the knocks come? And he spots out Rival X as well. So there's 3 squads present in these compounds.
Yeah, and right now, Team Phantom, oh my goodness, they are dealing with the wrath of this blue zone and will be taken down slowly but definitely. Right now, for Archangels, they are also getting decimated to the circle. I mean, what is happening? Have the players not looted enough? They do not seem to have a lot of meds and utilities right now. Nemesis, he was spraying down a couple of bullets. In fact, rivals, they are in a good position, but they can certainly get a better position. But by the looks of the circle, is it a possibility, Johnny, that the circle goes down to the water? We have had seen that before as well.
That was the World League where it happened, and it was super fun to watch. But this time, I want to talk.
It was a brawl.
Yeah, it was a brawl. It was just weird. I mean, we do remember Ted with the fist against the players of RRQ, but the nade on one Relin is gonna make sure that he's not gonna be there. Keish also falling down to an nade, and Rivals X is showcasing why they had the sort of standing that they had in the group stages. Trigger just runs in, takes down 2 players from the side of DoyenKnightS. Phantom taking an exit, and Rules, you have to be careful. You do not want to fall down from the edge, and he falls down, and he is gonna be out.
That's gonna hurt, and that's the reason. But thank God that Sexy Pig is over there. But we do have to understand where the rivals are going all in. Trigger is already knocked out. They have to prioritize that revive. No, that is not gonna happen, as Sexy Pig will be confirming that kill before getting taken down himself. Right now, Team Rivals again getting themselves into a very good position. However, I really feel that the Buggy, if they kind of block off the western side of there where they are, that could be better. But since the US has been rammed in, Steel Shot taking a finish, in fact, onto its Nang. Now they have placed themselves in a very good spot. Team Kira, they are also looking promising at a good position as well. Now we will have to see as to where the circle is going to head out right now. Kira's don't die. He's got some enemies in his radar. It's just a matter of seconds that he takes those shots.
Yeah, the shots are going to come in, all right. But look at this. We have already players going for the swim. Boom twice, using the UAS as a cover just to hide himself from Havoc. And Lakheop from AG is the last surviving member. He's just sitting next to the airdrop with the entire squad of rivals on top of him. But Gol 3 on 6fly69 with the Mini 14 trying to dish out the damage is not going to be able to do that. The shots miss their mark, and he is going to be quite upset about it. But for now, Golds Reborn, they are trying their level best, as Kurkure was taken down by a gentleman in a trade that came in really, really fast. 6fly, this is the 3rd attempt that he has had to try and finish off the players of Rivals X, but to no luck. PWP Esports on the other side, they take an exit from this game on the 13th position.
A lot of shocking teams getting eliminated very, very early. But this is still the start, and we know when things start getting reset, a lot of teams know that it's a fresh start. You can give your best. And A1 Esports, this time around, we will have to see as to how the players are prepared. And they have got some amazing players. This squad from Bangladesh has got a lot of good fan base coming out there for themselves. But right now, Team Rivals, they are on the receiving end. And Mifsol, he has been finished off. I was certainly looking out for the domination for from Team E2S OPM, and now Totter is wide open. That's just a matter of a couple of seconds where he gets shot down. But God's Reborn entry, this player has been a legend in the final days that we saw. He's getting so many kills for himself and his entire team. But God's Reborn, they are chasing down a squad. What is going on? This is going to be absolute pandemonium as Team TDP enter into the enemy territory of A1 Esports. One player gets knocked down, but Alu taking down a whole vehicle over there. But still the fight is on. TDP's players dropping down one by one. It's a nice hole coming in there from A1 Esports. Shagar being the survivor alongside Lazy. Steel Shot will take him down as well. And Steel Shot goes for the second. But no, not to his misery. But Fear, he is closing in. But that does not really matter because A1 Esports have managed to eliminate Rusty Process.
That was an aggressive charge in from TDP, and A1 Esports somehow just pacing the fight correctly. But on the other side, fights are not going to be paced properly. KS Axe, they get charged upon by E2S OPM and wiped out in an instant as they were hiding in the wooden shack. And E2S OPM, they just spot them out, go for the finish. Hunter definitely living up to his name, has 2 kills confirmed out of the 3 his team has in total. 4 Archangels take an exit on the 10th position as we move down to 9 teams in this match, and 20 players alive as Rivals are gonna lose Noob to the blue zone and the squad with that as well.
Yeah, and Havok, I guess he knows that there is a guy. He has seen those vehicles falling in, but still, look at him. Look at Entry. He does not want to come up. He does not want to give away his position. But Lake, I believe his position is gonna get compromised. He's taking a lot of damage from inside the water, and now he's come up on land. Cooney, look behind you, my friend. Look behind. There is a creeper. There is someone sneaking up, and no, nothing really happens. But Lake looks to be in a very, very terrible position as he will be taken down from the play zone. That's a good decision. He did not at least give away that kill point.
Yeah, no point being given away over there, but A1 Esports in a really, really good situation right now. I think even better position is going to be had by the players of High Voltage, who are already inside the circle and will be fighting and gatekeeping everyone from coming in. RisingNepal on the other side, they are just trying to hold the ground against the players of A1 Esports. Steel Shot and the lads from the barn houses are just putting a little bit too much pressure on their opponent, especially with this mini 14, creating a lot of chaos and not allowing them a single second to breathe. But they need to be careful as well, because E2S, OPM, they are right next to them. RisingNepal, their first challenge is definitely going to be the players of High Voltage, who are pretty close and can definitely take out this entire team.
Yeah, absolutely. We will have to see as to how this entire team is going to perform right now. But Assassin, I believe he knows, he has smelled something over there. He knows there is someone watching him from behind. You get that sixth sense. But Daughter, look at him. These guys stop at nothing, absolutely nothing. But Ozzy will be taking down a loot. And Shoikat surviving with a sliver of HP. How does he even live over there? One shot, even from a pistol, can finish him off. But Fear will also get taken down. E2S OPM, nothing to stopping them right now. But Sinister will find that knock onto its Daughter. But Steel Shot, Fear, both of them have been knocked out as Sinister marches down his line. Hunter looking in the different direction. No, my friend, with that E2S OPM, they were looking invincible, but they certainly are not.
Yeah, they are not invincible, and I think A1 Esports just wanted to prove that point. A1 Esports also one of those teams that we did criticize for their performances in the group stages, but I guess this time they know what the mistakes were. They have fixed them and are standing pretty tall and pretty far above everyone else the way they are playing right now. But High Voltage, they are really, really, really good in this game. Look at them on the edge. Just need to deal with RisingNepal. That's the biggest challenge that they have. Apart from them, A1 Esports from the northwestern side, they're going to have to take the fight out in the open, which High Voltage with these sort of small, the giant rocks on the cliff are definitely in a good position to take.
My MVP for this match is going to be Entry and his buggy and the whatever cover he is using to stay alive. He is just behind, I think, the players of Team High Voltage. I believe that was Assassin, and he is still not even coming out. How does he have a breathing mask there? What does he have? How does he survive for so long?
I have no idea why the players of High Voltage haven't spotted him out or why he hasn't died yet. But with the circle moving a slightly northern area, that's going to be Entry's opening to come back into this game. If he can find a way towards the land, he can definitely go up and finish in the top two. High Voltage, they are going to be in so much trouble right now as the players are falling left and right. Top 4 teams alive, 11 people in this game. A1 Esports in a really good position, all 4 players alive, but RisingNepal showed up. He has spotted them out. Cooney has been taken down by High Voltage's Assassin. Havok charging in from the rear. RisingNepal caught off guard. The knocks are going to come in, but Crazy is going to try and take the fight. Havok has been taken down. Assassin, the only man surviving for his team. The responsibility is just going to be too big for him. Can he take it? Can he deal with the situation? As Sonam with the nade is going to try and finish him off. Lands perfectly. Havok is going to be finished off, but the car being thrown down the cliff. RisingNepal just sacrificing one player for the sake of the rest. Look at this. Sonam is going to use Crazy's distraction as an opportunity to revive his teammates, and then the team can deal with Assassin first and then the remaining players of A1 Esports. But Entry, he has made his entry onto the land again, and there goes High Voltage. 3 teams remaining, 8 players alive.
And amidst everything, Entry has finally made it inside the circle, still kicking. And right now, Z1 Crazy might be in a little bit of a pickle as he will be spotted down. He's being rammed down with all those bullets coming in, but does not really manage to find that knock. But somewhere down the line, Steel Shot knows there's a player, but the other comes but Entry will deal with him as well. Entry has gone berserk right now. He has gone beast mode activated as he is slowly, definitely looking forward to make it into the top 2. Sonam does understand the gravity of the situation as he will be taking down Shoykot in the process. Would want to finish off that kill, would want that kill point for himself. But Sonam, he is very low on his HP. 3 players from team with A1 Esports have spotted him down the line. And why is he standing up? Oh my goodness. Fear will be taking down Sonam. And right now, it's Entry against the whole world. Can he manage to clutch it out? We have seen this happen before, but can he fight against the numbers? Still holding on to his lines for quite some time. But an amazing chicken dinner coming out there for Team A1 Esports.
Yeah, A1 Esports, they were amazing. They did get a lot of kills. That final finish was pretty good. Sonam, he needed to secure that kill from A1 Esports. That was a skill shot, but the reason he needed to do that was he saw the nade right next to him. He knew he was either going to blow up or just barely survive and not take the next fight. And that kill secure is just going to give that team one extra point that they might have missed out on. Also, I completely agree. MVP for the game, I mean, no matter who gets, for the stats, for us, I think it has to be Entry.
I mean, not just surviving, but still holding on to the horses, where most of the players, kind of their nerves shatter down, they just break off. That's where he held on and managed that knock on Dada. That was impressive. He took a shot onto it.
As well.
Yeah, I mean,
he was the reason. I have to say, Entry is the reason that RisingNepal is not the team, the chicken dinner, because he did so much damage to the other player as well when the vehicle was going in. That was crazy. I believe.
As he won crazy,
and as Crazy was charging, there was so much damage done to him that he could not have survived the onslaught that was waiting for him from A1 Esports. Let's find out who the MVP is for this game as far as the stats are concerned and who did the boost. It is Sinister getting his 6 kills, 824 damage, 25 minutes and 1 second of survival time with a distance covered of 6.64 kilometer, and even he had an amazing performance.
Yes, he absolutely had an amazing performance out there. But, you know, the antics of Entry kind of overshadowed the entire fact that A1 Esports pulled off an amazing game over here. Like, look at the circle. They were way far from it. The way they took the circle, they managed to take out all those squads on the edges and still in third inside. They managed to finish off Team E2S OPM as well.
Yeah, they managed to finish that team, and
I think it was Sinister.
Yeah, it was him charging in as well, and it was pretty incredible because you do see a team with the lads out in the open, but you are charging out in the open as well. You are going to be exposed, and they still took the fight. They still managed to come out on top, not just on top of E2S OPM, but on top of everyone else in this lobby.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everyone else in this lobby.
Yeah, absolutely. And in the final, when the top 2 teams were remaining, it was Entry against 3 players.
Yeah.
And that was a good decision from Team A1 Esports to not go in 1 by 1.
Yeah.
Because at times like that, you know, you have the chicken dinner coming and you're like, hey, wait a second, I'll just go and finish him off. And you go in, and with the form that Entry was in, he could have easily gotten that knock. It required 3 players to take him down. And still, he was surviving for, I guess, maybe a second longer.
Definitely more than a second. I think it was like 2 seconds. He lived 2 seconds.
He was jiggling around.
Yeah, he jiggled a lot because it was 2 players shooting at him, and it took them a while to finish him off. But let's have a look at the top players and see who all are going to be joining our MVP. The remaining 4 players in the top 5. It is going to be Steel Shot right behind his teammate. So there's 11 kills right there by these 2 lads for the team. Then we have Crazy for RisingNepal with 3 kills, Assassin with 3 kills, and Abrupt from 4 Archangels with 3 kills.
Yeah, absolutely. Abrupt has always been that man from 4 Archangels who always manages to make it to the kill leaderboards. But Steel Shot, I still remember, you know, the shot from Entry coming in, damaging a lot towards Z1 Crazy, and he just got that kill.
Yeah.
So even apart from that fact, he had got multiple other kills as well. So Team A1 Esports off to a very explosive start, but still our question will be the one same that we have been, you know, asking about it for a long time. Can they maintain this momentum? Can they keep on to it? Can they hold on to that lead that they've gained right now?
I mean, this is going to be a really quick question as well, because now, as Fixers pointed out, I think that was the perfect word. They are off to a really good start. And they have to keep this going. They still have 3 more matches to go. If they can get 1 more game just like this one, I think they are going to be in a really good position by the end of the day. But let us have a look at the match summary for this very first game.
He had got multiple other kills as well. So
Knocks 14 headshots, smokes and nades. Look at that, 268.
yeah, and this is just a mediocre number. How, you know, we've seen South Asia teams play, we've seen Indian teams play, and they've learned a lot and they have managed to adapt. But right now, grenade kills, look at the numbers, 5 grenade kills that we get to see over here. But you know, in the entire game that we had, a lot of players were taken down from the circle, especially the members of, I believe, 4 Archangels and Team Phantom.
Yeah, the late rotations did not work out for the lads, especially for Archangels. They were super late with their rotations, and we did see the same thing happen in PMCO Pakistan as well, but it was on Miramar. This time it happens on Erangel. If you're rotating late towards the circle, you need to make sure that you have enough heals, you have the vehicles to charge in towards the circle, because you can be gate-kept there as well. But the first priority should be to have those bandages in the early stages, those first aid kits, those boosters, the painkillers, the energy drinks, everything that you can to keep your health up. That is so important for your survival, for the points. And talking about points, let us have a look at the standings for this game, the very first game of the semifinals, and see how many points did the teams get. And explosive start indeed, 34 points. The second team is going to be sitting on 15 points.
Yeah, and there you have God's REBORN with just that 1 kill and has 14 placement points, getting them to on the 3rd position. But Team High Voltage, they were also holding their guards off as well. They were doing really good up until when Team RisingNepal, Team A1, everyone just, you know, managed to thrash them out of the server. E2S OPM, they were looking really explosive. They've had some devastating vehicle knocks. They did everything right. But that last moment, you know, when Hunter was supposed to engage with Sinister, he just looked behind, and that got me to thinking. Had he looked at his direction, I guess he could have had an easy 1v1 fight, and maybe E2S OPM could have gone for the chicken dinner.
Well, there would have been multiple possibilities, and the players would be discussing those as well right now, I think. But let's look at the upsets. PWP Esports, a super aggressive team, getting eliminated with 0 kills. Then we have the next one, that is Angry Springs. Trusty Process as well. That slamming against A1 Esports, that was just ridiculous.
I mean, what were they thinking at that moment? It was just, they were just traversing around. They find a squad, they just slam in, only to be taken down.
They were being chased as well.
They were being chased.
Yeah.
But do you believe that was a desperate attempt to just find some kind of cover and then you come into another enemy territory?
I think that's exactly what it was. Them just trying to escape and find some cover, find a good place to hide in, and then stop and take the fight that was coming towards them. But that's the thing. We talk about blind charges. You never want to go into a compound blind. They could have wrapped around a couple of times just to see if there was a team, or just gone towards the edge and played around the edge.
I think they did not actually have enough time, because if they would have stayed around, some or the other one must have, you know, shot him down. But let's take a look at the players who have made it to the top of the kill leaders chart. And joining Mafia Ninja, we have Sinister, Mr. Boro, Entry, and Evil Eye. We gotta make some clarification over here. These are the overall kill leaders who have played the entire games throughout the group stages as well.
Definitely, these guys are climbing since the group stages, and it has been an incredible performance from these lads. Mafia Ninja, we're gonna see him in action sometime later. That is gonna be tomorrow, definitely. But today, it's going to be Entry's turn. It's going to be Sinister's turn to see if they can take the first position, the crown in the kill leaderboard from Mafia Ninja, and we're gonna be waiting to watch that as well.
Yeah, absolutely. But you know, we have to talk about how A1 Esports were taking the fight. Let's get back to the fight that happened with TDP. It just took 2 players to wipe out an entire squad, and I believe it was their positioning that really changed things around. They had a perfect crossfire. TDP were just ramming in. They were desperate for some kind of cover, and they realized that, oh my goodness, we messed up. And that is when Team A1 Esports just went all in, and they did not require the teammates for the backup as well.
Yeah, I mean, the backup wasn't required, but in the next game, it is definitely going to be required because the next map that's going to be played, it's going to be Sanhok, but that is going to happen after we come back from a very short break. So you guys just don't go anywhere. Stay tuned and we'll be right back.
welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You are watching PUBG Mobile Club Open Split 2020 South Asian region. I'm Fixes, and alongside me to cast the game of Sanhok is none other than Phoenix Sharons. So, you were watching the first game from the sidelines. You saw how Team A1 Esports went on a dominating spree. Do you think that they can carry forward this momentum in this game as well?
Absolutely, I'm just thinking the same because if we talk about the team A1 Esport, they're quite confident. If we talk about their game, because they have the gunpowder and the synergy is very accurate. But I have to appreciate the team which has got REBORN. The player entry got the second position in the first match.
Absolutely. Let's not wait any longer and instantly go into our game of Sanhok, where we see the flight path trajectory going from Tambang towards Mongnai. And like I've already always been harping about the same thing. It's a 4x4 map. Does not matter where the flight path goes, wherever it goes. If you've got to even go towards Kampong, you can easily do that. But yeah, like we've been talking about A1 Esports. So this is a team that has been very, very good with the kills. But this time around, for the semi-finals, these teams, this particular team came prepared with the positioning as well, alongside a lot of kills that they usually get. This time they got the chicken dinner.
Absolutely. Maybe they just studied their gameplay, that what their mistakes in doing in the previous match and the group stage. So that's why we can see the improvement in the game style of A1 Esports, that they are having the chicken dinner in the first match. And this is really a very good morale boost for the team, because in the first match, in the first day of semi-final, if you're getting a chicken dinner plus some kills, which is equal to almost 25 or 26 points, then this is a very great amount of thing. You are creating some amount of domination on other teams, and the other teams are quite a little bit clumsy because they are thinking that this team is going to perform well in further matches.
Yeah, that is certainly for sure out there. But taking a look at the circle that we have for us right now, Team Phantom. This is a team that went off to a really, really good start, but were really unlucky with their, with the meds that they have, because they were just rotating around in the third circle, and I do know that you do not get enough damage, but I guess it was the lack of meds that led to their demise. But other than that, they were doing absolutely phenomenal. So we can never rule this team out. And now that they're sitting dead smack center inside the circle, we have to see if Team Phantom can get back on top. This is a good game of Sanhok, and always in Sanhok we have seen a lot of unpredictable teams shining out. It all comes to how you're going to aim, how you're going to shoot, those perfect usage of grenades, and the lack of smokes that help you to engage in more fights.
That's true. And if you are talking about engaging in more fights, we just lost, maybe in just one player just got eliminated. We have only 63 players right now. And if we talk about the teams, the fights taking team, which is Trust the Process, in the previous match they didn't perform so well. I'm literally hoping that they are going to perform very good in the semi-finals, because all the support, all the fans from the team of TDP, they are having a great amount of hope from there, that they are going, because they are representing their side. Basically, they're representing them how they're going to perform. And one of the experienced team is Trust the Process. And still, you just have to rely on their name, that you have to trust them. And right now, we are looking absolutely. And right now, we are just looking at the A1 as well as the PWP Dalion. This player literally have a precise aiming on the players of other players' head. And right now, the player of RisingNepal as well as Trust the Process, Fragboy is very close to him, and Sonam is right now in a bit of trouble because he have to fall back because two hungry players coming towards him.
Absolutely, Sonam just being the lone survivor over there, followed by the players from TDP. And it was actually a miracle that Miracle and Fragboy did not really push onto with Sonam. And that could have been an easy kill, but they did not really anticipate that. And now Sonam is back into safety. Nothing really much to worry about. But TDP, the way that they have started this now brings me to this point of asking what has happened to Shagar. I mean, he was a player who has got that international experience to play against the best teams in their region, and somewhere with his fragging skills, I believe he's kind of the edge of the sword, like we said, has become blunt. But Sonam, now that he knows that there is a team right behind him, he has his players pinned down. Lazy can certainly find Sonam with the TPP view that he has, and now he must be relaying this entire information to all his teammates. A few highly tossed long distance grenades might just end up in Sonam getting knocked.
Yeah, that's true, maybe, but they absolutely are right. They just need some knocks, and right now the T player, the Sonam, they are just provoking the players of TDP to come towards them because RisingNepal have a great height advantage. They are on the top of the building. Some players on the top of the buildings trying to scout some players and get some easy knocks. But yep, they are just disengaging the fight. Players are not moving towards them because they know that there's only 5 minutes. We just hit the 5 minutes mark. We don't have to lose players so early. And this team, the KSX, one of the best team, very aggressive team. Literally, the word very aggressive defines them because if they talk about the killing power they have, if they knock a player, they already go to eliminate him instantly, not going to give him any chance to get revive.
I mean, this team, if you talk about them, they definitely do have the kill prowess. But at the same time, they need to go in for those position points as well. Because if you take a look at the standings of the group stages, we saw them barely making it to the group stages, to the semi-finals, in fact.
Yeah.
So, controlled aggression definitely is a word that will come for this team. We know this. The players are capable of a lot more. And right now, this time around, they will have to show how good they are. But talking about Team for Archangels, it has always been a brar. It has been boomed twice, and Mr. Wise and Clutch can just step up their game just a tad bit notch more, and that could be really helpful for them. But Team HARAME, look at them, look at the circle. They're sitting on dead smack in the center. Just down below is Team PWP. And on the eastern side, we have players from Team Abrupt Slayers making their move.
Yep.
And now, this circle, we have been familiar with it. So it
Yep.
goes two directions. Either it can end somewhere around Paradise Resort, or could just go near Bhan. And we just casted a game where the circle went almost near towards Bhan in the South Asian region, I believe.
Yeah, that's
It was yesterday.
True. Yes, that's a yesterday gameplay, and the team are performing well. But if you're talking about if the zone moved towards a Paradise Resort, then Phantom Esports are going to have a great favor because they know that the zone is on there. They just have to hold the Paradise Resort, conquer the Paradise Resort, so that every team, if they are coming towards them, they have some easy kills. But right now, Stalix of KSX is knocked out by which player because we're not able to see. We are just looking at the map. And some players of high voltage, which is Havoc, is very far away from his team. I don't know what he's doing. Maybe he's just trying to loot some, or he's finding some cars. Because if you say the fixes say that right now, players are more adapting the gameplay in Sanhok. They're choosing some vehicles to use in Sanhok match, which is really amazing. But Steelix just got finished by Abrar, and 4 Archangels coming into action.
And right now, today, we will have to see which team gets that chicken dinner in this unpredictable map of Sanhok. Can it be some new teams, or will it be the old guards, like we always love to say? But this time around, in the South Asian region, it's been a mixture of those old guards and the new talents. And we've seen a lot of players really shining out. But there is that one team, like E2SOPM. I absolutely love how they are playing. That's a new type of gameplay that they're bringing, and that's their own flavor. And in the South Asian region earlier, it used to be just, India, Nepal, Bangladesh, Pakistan. But right now, with Maldives also joining the fray, players even are from Sri Lanka. So, this is the best thing about PUBG Mobile, divided by nations, but united by a game. That's the spirit. That's the entire thing. That's the entire aspect on which esports is built. The fraternity that comes along with it, and all the players who are playing together. Of course, they're hungry for each other's kills in the battleground, but once they step outside, it's a friendly camaraderie that comes into play over there. But right now, let's get back into the game. We can see Team Phantoms, Jack, spotting out the players from E2S OPM, especially Totter. These guys are definitely proficient with their grenading skills.
Absolutely, as just talking about grenade skills. If Jax know that the player of E2SOVM Mixwell is very close to him, if he tosses a grenade towards him, maybe he just got knocked out, and then PTR, the Phantom Esports, can do a rush towards him, and at that moment, E2SOPM have to decide something so fast so that they can stop the aggression coming from Phantom Esports. But right now, they're still trying to spot some players, both the team trying to spot some players, because E2SOPM know that Phantom Esports are there. They can they studied the game absolutely, that if there are players, how they are going to do. But a calm, composure gameplay we can see from E2SOPM side. They are not going to rush towards him because they're still trying to spot some player, get some easy knocks, then they have to rush. This is a 2+2 split we can see, and the information they are going to give to the players is very good. And now the zone is going to be get shifted, and okay, it's just moving towards the northern side of it's still favoring a little bit of boot camp, and mostly if the zone is going to shift toward Paradise Resort, as Penfix has said, then this is going to be very trouble for some teams, just like KS ARC4 Archangels as well as Team DY.
Yeah, right now, a lot of teams are going to make that rotation in. DoyenKnightSs, like you mentioned, will be coming and will have to traverse a long way. But right now, if Abrupt Slayers decide to, stay on the edges, look to camp behind, they might find 4 kills coming in their way. But right now, Rules, look at what we have over here. Team Kira, I believe if they step just a bit ahead, they will be caught with their pants off. And Tokle, what is he doing? Oh my goodness. Where are you going, my friend? They are using the Ronnie pickup truck. A truck that is absolutely very, very slow. Now the spray comes in. There's that one player getting taken down. Don Die will be biting the dust over there. He is helpless. He is crawling. Their teammates will not be able to come in time for the backup, and down they go. But Akish will be traded off as Jane will find him over there. But that's not gonna be troublesome, as Rules is in the perfect time for a revive.
That's true, and I just want to appreciate the gameplay of Rules. He's just still trying to spot some players, because one player is just just move away using some scooter. He knows that he's going to go a little far away. He just wants that the other 3 players, when they are going to move, and yep, he just spotted one player, knocked out, and going to get a kill. And Rao, Phantom Esports are going to fight against RisingNepal, because both the teams are very close to each other. RisingNepal are in the Paradise Resort, and Rafa just got knocked out by one Crazy, and he finished him instantly, and Frypan knocked away Kuni, and Kuni just got killed, but Sonam killed knocked Frypan. Very to heal down. They are just going to revive, and the game is going to in a very fast pace.
Yeah, right now we have to see RisingNepal's Dada has spotted down Salu Whitey. We will have to see, that's the grenades and grenade. This time definitely not missing out, taking down Dada, and will want to finish him off. But okay, the backup is over there. But look at Tauta, he does not want to stop at nothing. He's taken down Bolly Wang, and with that Sonam has gone in for that revive, and will definitely manage to survive over there. But look at Frypan, he's been taken down. This is absolute chaos happening in the resorts of Paradise.
Absolutely, and the revive is going to give in to the player Frypan, and Crazy is just keeping his scope toward on the players of the team, which is Prazimus. Okay, I'm sorry, this is Pakistan. I'm just a little bit confused. My chain of thoughts.
You've definitely not gotten over the action that we saw in the Pakistan region, and we did see some fights coming out there in Sanhok. But right now, Z1 Crazy was spraying down all those bullets, and he was oblivious of the fact that in PUBG Mobile you cannot just shoot through those wooden blocks yet. And maybe in the future updates that is a possibility over there. But right now, Sonam, look at him. He is cooking all his grenades down over there. But Oh my goodness. No, Z1 Crazy. They're your teammates, buddy. And he's not just taken him down, he's also taken Sonam down in the process. But Cooney will be there for the survival. Take down Salu Whitey, but Jax will be spraying a couple of bullets onto him as Z1 Crazy. Sonam still are biting the dust. Frypan will be on the receiving end, but Hunter joins the fray as he will take the kill of Frypan right now. E2S OPM knows that this is a perfect opportunity for them to capitalize as Jax will be taking down Cooney. Jax is still spraying down, has found Dada, but Z1 Crazy, this time making no mistakes, will be wiping out the squad of Team Phantom, but the woes are not over yet. Z1 Crazy, the last survivor, but the other 3 players are knocked out, and now we will have to see as the grenade coming in from Tota, if isn't gonna connect, the Molotov goes in, they know that they've got their prey, they just need to go and finish him off, but Z1 Crazy going out in the open, he does not want to fight right now, he absolutely certainly does not want.
That's true, and this is a right decision from his side, and the players of E2 SOPM, they need their kills. They are just marching towards him, and look at the Crazy. He went so far away, and Cooney just cooking a nade and throwing towards the player of E2 SOPM, but it didn't able to spot him because he is taking a cover of box. And now E2 SOPM, they are also trying to throw some grenade. They are still thinking that they are going to get some knock, and the Dada kill confirmed as well as Sonam kill got confirmed, and Cooney is the alone here who is in the Paradise Resort. E2 SOPM whole squad is marching towards him. Can he get some knocks? He just got spotted out, and Cooney is not going to give him any chance. He knocked one player, but unfortunately in the trade fire he also got knocked out. Now Alien is just going to get a revive, and E2 SOPM is in a safe side, but right now Crazy is the last man surviving for the team of RisingNepal. They have 3 kills, but 3 players. They also lost 3 players. Entry is going to spot some players of the team number PWP. He spotted some players, but he trying to connect some shots, but unable to do so. But unfortunately, he also got knocked out. Now Entry is in a big trouble because PWP knocked a player off God's Reborn.
And now this is going to be really troublesome for God's Reborn, because Entry has always been that star that is in the middle of everything. But 6x69 does realize the importance of this player, instantly going in for that revive, putting himself in danger. But right now, we have to see how the players of PWP are going to play out this one. Because in the outpost, if you knock a player down and you manage to throw one good grenade, that's an obvious kill. And with the outpost, you've got certain advantages, but a lot of cons that comes along with it, especially the one being that you are way in the open. A lot of teams can spot you out, and it's easy to just lob a grenade and knock you down. But right now, DoyenKnightSs, they are moving in from the southeastern side. They have no squad to worry about that will be coming in from behind. But now they will be securing a good spot in the circle. But we will have to see as to where the circle goes around after the 4th circle kicks in.
Yep, that's true, and I'm literally worried about the teams who are still in the edge of the zone. And Boom Twice just knocked a player of Rival X, which is new. Can he confirm that kill? And AGS, Abrupt Slayers, go away, is still trying to spot some player. Boom Twice again knocked a player of Rival X, which is Mr. Boro right now for Archangels, looking very strong, spotting some player as well as knocking them. So now they just have to gatekeep for the team Rival X. They know that in front of them Rival X are there. And now look at the zone. What a shift. The zone is towards Among Us side. Most of the teams now have to move inside the zone except Kira, Peaceflow and Abrupt Slayers.
Yes, and again, the curveballs being thrown. A lot of teams have to make that movement in from the southwestern side. And DoyenKnightSs are going to be the ones who are smiling because they know that they can have an easy entrance with inside the circle without even worrying about other teams right now. But yes, Team Kira, this is a good chance for them to get a lot of kills because a lot of teams will be coming in out from the circle, in fact, and this might just be their chance to get that chicken dinner and have a good momentum and keep that rolling forward. But right now, God's Reborn find themselves in a bit of pickle as Joker will be taking one of their players. Entry is very low on his HP. The cover fire has to be precise, but that does not happen as Joker will get the second kill. And now Abrupt Slayers know that this is their fight for the taking. They cannot afford to lose this one around. Windy God randomly drops a grenade. Will that connect? No, that does not. As Sick Fly and Windy Gods are the both players surviving over there. Joker will be taking down Windy God, and that's the last player, Sick Fly 69, who is surviving. But for how long? As he will be instantly retaliating back. But Abrupt Slayers are hungry. They've not had anything for lunch today. They want this particular kill. Can they confirm it? We will have to see. Sick Fly still surviving with a sliver of HP. All those grenades coming in. But maybe a good decision by Abrupt Slayers. Can go either ways. If Sick Fly right now stands up, will be spotting out every single members of Abrupt Slayer. But no, that does not happen, as Ghatak from HARAME from a long distance from behind takes him out.
That's true, and what a great strategy by the team of Abrupt Slayers. They know that maybe there's some team who are going to spot them and knock him, and they are just not moving towards them. And now look at the team HARAME. They just steal a kill from the team of Abrupt Slayers. TDP Shagar trying to spot some players of Angry Springs, and yep, they also want to move inside the zone. But Angry Springs, can they knock him? Because TDP have to move inside the zone. They are in a big trouble, but Shagar just spotted a player. He is not firing towards them because he don't want to give him the location, and this is a good sign because they are now thinking they are representing the 200 IQ gameplay. But unfortunately, he just got knocked out by Gole. Gole spotted him and knocked him instantly. But a good news for him that they are inside the zone, and ASL Legend just spotted a player of Rivals X, and Noob, Rivals X are not looking good. They are engaging in so much fight and again and again they get knocked. This is a not good thing, and HARAME IR2 just knocked for Archangels. Abrar, Rival X, Mr. Boro just got eliminated outside the zone. Clutch is also got knocked, and Abrar just got finished.
Yeah, and right now Abrupt Slayers are taking a look at them. They've got Rivals Trigger in a very bad position, in a very bad corner. How is he gonna enter inside the circle? That's a good question. That's a big question, in fact. But look at how the circle is favoring Team Kira. Even the PUBG gods want them to win this one out. But iClutch will be taken down, in fact, by the play zone today. But Team HARAME, they've gotten 2 kills for themselves. IR2, definitely one player that we have to watch out for this team. He's been playing phenomenal so far. But right now, Team Abrupt Slayer, they are playing on the edges and has, I guess, spotted down Mr. Wise. But that will not be necessary because Heaven, his grenade was enough. But Legend on the other side are taking a fight against the players of Team TDP and will get knocked down. But the revive is already going to be back up there. Nova taking down Sugar in the process. Abrupt Slayers are absolutely playing out of their minds.
Absolutely, and Legend is still knocked. He just wants some revive. They have some pop-up smoke grenades so that it is also going to work as a cover. But AGS Muffin just got finished. Gole of AGS also got knocked out, and PWP, they are not looking good because IR2 just confirming the 2 kills, and Dalion is still surviving. Frag Boy of TDP got finished. DY Akish also got finished, and TDP, the kill feed is literally running, and we left with only 11 team. 28 people are alive, and KS Axe got eliminated on the 12th position. And what a spotting power of IR2.
He lives?
Oh my god. SK49
he
surviving.
lives?
Yep, he's just surviving on that 1 SP.
I mean, that's not even one. Make that some decimal points out there. But, you know, Team Abrupt Slayers, they have been playing so well. Taking down Trigger over there. Rivals X finally getting eliminated. Getting themselves 8 kills. Finally, IR2 will not miss out the second time around. But Team HARAME, they also have all their 4 players. Alongside, they've gotten 4 kills. Now, this is the fight that we want to see. Abrupt Slayers against HARAME. But right now, Jane will be taking down Gole again, utilizing that entire circle advantage, that compound that they've taken for themselves. Joker, he is stopping at nothing as he will be taking down IR2, but instantly gets traded by Ghatak over there. Nova X will be grenading that entire area, but Heaven, he is right out in the open, falling down to Tokle. Every single squad is just in the open, exact in their radius of the players from Team Kira, and no one barely seems to survive. And Ghatak, he is going for that first aid heal up, but no, that will not be enough. The circle damaging the players a lot. But right now, Legend is the last survivor. He's done a lot of job today. Manages to take 2 kills, but will be the final man getting inside the circle will spot out another player, and with that, Angry Spinks have also been eliminated.
Yeah, that's true. And unfortunately, Abrupt Slayer also got eliminated, but with 12 kills. That is a literally good amount of kills, and we left with only 4 teams. DoyenKnight finishes at the 5th position with 2 kills. High Voltage is there, as well as A1 Esports, E2 SOPM. We have 4 teams, 9 players are alive. The zone is shrinking in. Now the fights are going to be on a very high pace because every team wants that chicken dinner, get some placement points, as well as kill. And A1 Esports, last player just surviving, got eliminated outside the zone.
And right now, E2S OPM find themselves in a lot of trouble, as now they are marching into the fortress of Team Kira. And now they're taking a lot of shots out there. Daughter will get that knock onto its Kurkure. He has to enter inside the compound. He needs to confirm that kill. He just has another teammate who is really, really low. Alun has healed himself up. There goes that grenade from Tokle. Will that connect? No, it does not. But Kurkure will be finished off. But Alun, oh my goodness, that was an intense knockout there, just surviving by the slivers, but still managing to take that player down. Jane, who is the highest killer, will now be surrounded by the players from Team High Voltage. And High Voltage, they've not been visible enough. They've been playing under the radar. But oh boy, Loot getting up, being picked off by Jane. But no, Daughter will be there for the finish. And Kira Peace Flow, this entire game was surrounded up on them, but they still could not manage to win this one out. Haywalk will get that finish onto its Loot, but it all comes out to Totter as the players from Team High Voltage march in fearless and get that chicken dinner.
Absolutely. And at this moment, E2 SOPM just got the 2nd position. High Voltage got the chicken dinner. And you know what? High Voltage, the manpower worked out because the last man surviving, just focusing the player who is little bit far away, but he didn't know that the player is just coming towards him. He's very close to each other. Just move inside his house and killed him instantly.
Yeah, absolutely. That was some high octane PUBG Mobile action that we got to witness. But Kira, I mean, how on earth could you lose that game away? Everything just, was there for them. The circle, the compounds, they had absolutely everything. Their players had split up well together. But it was the supremacy of the players, especially Totter, and who just entered, took down those 2 players. Alun also having that 2nd knock. But after that, they kind of messed up. Maybe they ran out of some smoke grenades, because when they were transitioning from one compound to the other, they were right out in the open. Alun got knocked. So High Voltage knew, we are 3 people. We've just got 2 more remaining, and one's already down. That was an easy mat to do at that situation. They just rushed into his compound. Totter still holding on to his horses, still tried to. He did manage to take that 1 knock, but that was still not enough.
Absolutely. The decision making is so precise. That's why the High Voltage got the chicken dinner. But you're just talking about the team E2 SOPM. The last player is still fighting till his last breath. He knocked the player, but maybe he just want to focus the player who is coming towards him. And but this is a very nice performance from there. You just getting 2nd position. This is not that bad. And I just want to talk about Abrupt Slayers. They have 12 kills. They got 12 kills, and this is literally a very good amount of kills in semi-finals.
Yeah, absolutely. Abrupt Slayers, they have been on a roll lately, and my oh my, the way they have been playing. Let's take a look at the MVP of this particular game as to see who was the one player that really was outshining them all, and has to be Joker. 6 kills and 668 damage shows the conviction rate. He did confirm everything, and 21 minutes of survival, 3.78 kilometers of distance covered, and they were facing a lot of teams, let's be honest, against that fight with Team HARAME kind of was the deal breaker, because they managed to wipe down the whole squad, but it was too late because it was the 6th circle that kicked in, and they had to enter inside the circle. It was just that one player, Legend, that managed to escape. But even before getting eliminated himself, he managed to take down Angry Springs.
Yeah, that's true. And that what you have the courage to knock some player, because yet you are the last player surviving, but you at the last moment you still want some kill, and that's a good thing, and that's why MVP deserved by Angry Springs. And this is a very nice gameplay we can see from Sanhok. We can see some early knocks, we can see some early kills as well, and till the last moment the breathtaking moments are there that which team is going to win, and the zone shifting is very amazing. At the moment we are just thinking that it is going to be at northeastern side, but after that the last circle it's northwestern side, supporting some teams like High Voltage, E2SOPM, and Angry Springs and HARAME as well. But yep, they didn't make it, and High Voltage got the chicken dinner.
Yeah, absolutely. High Voltage getting the chicken dinner. But let's take a look at who are the players that will be joining Joker alongside in this particular game. On the top 5, we have Havoc from High Voltage. He's got a lot of kills as well. 6 kills. Like I said, this team was playing under the radar, was not visible so much, but they still somehow managed to get all those kills. Jane from Team Kira, he was just holding down, and whatever players came in front of them, they were just taking kills after kills. Look at the damage that he's dished out. And same goes for Toto. 4 kills, but 951 damage, followed by Legend, who was surviving till the end for Abrupt Slayers. Got that 3 kills, but 597 damage is definitely a thing that we must talk about right now. And these are the top 5 players. It was amazing. Now, after this, we will have a game of Vikendi. So, right now, what we can really conclude is that a few teams are being very, very consistent over here. Team E2S, OPM, even Team High Voltage over there. We have Abrupt Slayers racking up all those kills. Because Sanhok, today's match was really, really unpredictable with those curveballs that the third circle had thrown up. And some disappointments as well, Team Phantom. But let's take a look at the match summary as to see how things panned out in this particular map of Sanhok. We have total number of knocks at 69. This is the second time this number has popped up. And total kills 57. So a lot of players also being taken by the circle. A lot of players could not be finished off. But total headshots, we have 16. That's a good number over there. Smokes and grenades, this is average considering this is Sanhok, and you don't get a lot of utility usage. But grenade kills being 3 over there. We did see one of the players getting knocked from the vehicle, but no vehicle explosions, because not a lot of players are a fan of those US. You don't get a US, you get a Ronnie pickup truck. Not a fan of that vehicle or those buggies in this map.
Yeah, because the vehicles in Sanhok are not that quite fast as compared to the vehicles we can see in Erangel as well as in Miramar. So we are still getting that meta that the players are using some vehicles in Sanhok map, but it is that quite late. But maybe in further games we can see that the players are ramming over the players who are just laying down in the grasses of Sanhok maps. And literally the gameplay from the side of these players are literally amazing. But I want to point out the team which is Rival X. They have a very consistent gameplay in the group stage, but right now in this gameplay I just saw that they are getting knocked by again and again and again, and that's why they just got a little bit early elimination.
Yeah, absolutely. We have to talk about Rivals X, but let's now segue into the standings and to see where these teams are faring off. And in this map of Sanhok, we have 7 kills, chicken dinner for Team High Voltage, finishing off at 27 points. E2S OPM, courtesy to another good, amazing outing. We have them on the second position with 8 kills and 22 points. Abrupt Slayers, look at the number of kills, 12 kills. Got themselves just, I think, a position point ahead of Kira Peace Flow, where they have 18 points. Those 12 kills definitely coming handy.
Absolutely. And at the 5th position, we can see the team A1 Esports. They are still there with 10 placement points. On the previous match, they got the second dinner. They are showing consistent performance. But in the kill department, they are quite less, because HARAME got 5 kills more than them. But they didn't focus on the placement point because they got a little bit early, we can say, in the middle game. And they have 9 points. And let's look at the second page of the chart. We have PWP Esports, Process, KSX, and Phantom Esport. They are in quite a big trouble. And God's Reborn on the 16th position. As I remember, they finished previous match, they have the 2nd position, and now they have 16. Is they going to affect them?
I think more than God's Reborn, I'm really concerned about Phantom Esports and Rivals X as well, because these are the teams that were right on top, and somewhere down the line now, they are struggling. These are the early stages of PMCO semi-finals of the South Asian region. But still, you've got to get those early games on. You've got to carry forward that momentum, and to get that, you need to have a lot of kills. Okay, first game was kind of unlucky for
Yep.
team I think Phantom, but
Yep.
second game as well. I mean, they were in a bit of a pickle over there with engaging against even team Rising Nepal,
Oh.
and they managed to take them down. And it was, I guess, E2S OPM that came in. I believe Rising Nepal rather took down Team Phantom, and then E2S OPM came in. My apologies over there. But yes, the thing still stands still, because now Team Phantom has had played their cards right, but you know, it's the game of PUBG Mobile, and the unpredictability that comes along with it that has been the cause of the downward performance of the Team Phantom. But now let's take a look at the leaderboard as to see how the teams are faring up after just 2 games being played. We have A1 Esports right on top, courtesy to those 2 consistent performances and 1 chicken dinner that they got. High Voltage will also be joining the fray with 40 points on second position. E2S OPM being really consistent with all those kills and all those placement points. They find themselves in the top 3 with 33 points.
Yeah, that's true. And most of the teams are climbing up except Rising Nepal and God's Reborn. And HARAME just have 16 points equal to God's Reborn. But God's Reborn placement, the total points is totally deserved towards a placement point. They have only single kill, because this is going to affect you. You have to focus on kills as well. And we have Rival X, DoyenKnights and Angry Springs. These T teams have 11 points, having 9th and 11th position. And at the end, we can see the 16th position team, which is KSX, as well as on 15th position, we have Trusty Process having 4 and 4 points, with this 2 placement points and 2 kills.
This is really troublesome. Like I said earlier, you know, Trusty Process, Team Phantom, Rivals X. I mean, Trusty Process, this is a team that was also struggling in the group stages. I really thought they might step things up this time around, because if you talk about A1 Esports, my oh my, they have really stepped up well.
Yep.
But right now, we will be heading out for a short little break, because on the other side, we will be going into the frozen tundras of Vikendi to see which team is going to come on top.
Hello everyone, and once again welcome back to the PUBG Mobile Club Open 2020 Fall Split South Asia Region Semi-Finals. It's going to be time for match number 3, which is going to be played on the land of Vikendi. My name is Varun Super Johnny John, and joining me, ladies and gentlemen, on the desk, it's going to be Phoenix.
Thanks a lot, Johnny, for the introduction. And just we saw the match of Sanhok, in which High Voltage proved that they can also get the chicken dinner with a good amount of kills as well. And E2SOPM showing a consistent gameplay, plus Kira Peaceflow is also behind them. They're also coming slowly and steadily. They're also climbing the leaderboard. But what I'm little worried about the teams which are Rivals X, Krusty Process, as well as KSX. They just have to perform well, because we know that the game performance of these teams are very high.
Yeah, we know the capabilities and the level of skill these teams bring with them, but right now it is the start of the journey, so it is still expected that these teams will have the opportunity to pop off and come back into the standings quite strong. But there are the other teams who have figured out what was wrong with them in the group stages and are now performing really well.
Absolutely. Just you're talking about the teams who just perform well, which is A1 Esports. They know at what we are lacking in the group stages. At the first, they also perform well, but after some games, they are just going down in the leaderboard, and now they are showing the perfect dominance. In the first game, they caught the chicken dinner. In the second game, they caught the 5th position. This shows that the consistent performance from this team is really amazing, and the type of gameplay is also nice. But the team RisingNepal, they do some blunders in the game of Sanhok. This Nate just knocked down their own player, which is Sonam and maybe Crazy. So that type of problems you don't have to do. So this is going to affect you as well as it affected, because the Crazy is the last man surviving for the team, and he just got eliminated at the 8th position.
I mean, even in the game on Erangel, the position of RisingNepal was really good. Had they not gotten too greedy over the kill of entry, they would have had a good chance to fight it out against the players of A1 Esports. So I agree with a few blunders here and there, but still, they can fix those mistakes. It's still the early stages of the tournament, and they will have the ability to fight their way out of the semi-final. That is, they have to finish in the top 10. And it is going to be so important for the teams to stay in the top 10 from here and to maintain their position. A1 Esports doing that in a really fantastic manner, and High Voltage just getting there as well.
Yep, that's true. And High Voltage, they just have to keep up the momentum, because this game, the Vikendi match, we can see from the teams of South Asia, they perform very well. The rotations are quite high. Some teams that do a long rotation, some teams just move forward, killing the players who are in front of them, getting some free kills as well. And now they just have to do the same thing. And which you have to look, which team you have to look in the Vikendi match, which is Abrupt Slayers as well as Angry Springs.
Yeah, both the teams having strong performances. We're going to have to see how they're going to do in this icy Icelands of Vikendi. It is going to be an interesting one, because Vikendi surprises us in a lot of ways, be it where the initial circle is going to be and how the players react to it. Players have different play styles. Some of the best teams, they like to play the edge. Other teams like to play the center, just because the circle does not have that drastic shifts. And it's a trade-off game always, because if you're playing the center, you won't have to move that much. You will always be close to wherever the next circle is going to be. And since the shift is not that drastic in Vikendi, chances are there's going to be a high probability that you're already in the next circle. But if you're playing the edge, it becomes the trade-off becomes that you will constantly have to keep on moving. And we all know Vikendi, it's really notorious with the way the rotations can be cut off.
Yeah, that's when you're talking about rotations. The team Rival X just lacking in that. They are playing in the edge of Sanhok match, and they got punishes because of every single team. They just targeted them because they just spotted them off guarded in the open area, and Rival X players just got knocked out, and they got the early exit. So in this map, I'm just thinking that they are going to improve. They're just going to get a centralized position in the zone, and they just have to get that kills, as well as they have to focus on the chicken dinner, because they know that this is the right time, is the semi-finals, and you have to do your 200%.
Yeah, you definitely have to do your 200%. Because qualifying is not going to be easy. Top 10 finish, that's what's going to be required. And since the teams have started picking up early momentum already, you're going to have to somehow challenge that momentum. If the team is in your group, you have to be consistent. Be right on their toes and challenge them at every given map that you play. Today it is A versus B. Tomorrow it's going to be A versus C. So teams from Group A, they're going to be done with their first set of 8 games. As I said, 16 games in total in this semi-final. This is going to be really, really crucial that you make sure that you're putting the sort of performance A1 Esports is in the last 2 games. Let's see what happens in match number 3, the match on Vikendi. It is live right now, and the trajectory of the plane, it's on our screens, which starts from the northern side of Trevno and goes all the way towards the southern side of Dobromestro through Goroka.
Oh my god, this is a great type of plane trajectory. And the teams who just land there, and the Kriches, Dobromesto, Mount Krivnik, Goroka and Villa, they are having a good thing because the areas are quite closer, and Peskova as well. But the teams who are going at the Volnova side, maybe they just choose Dino Park or Winery, they have to do some early rotations until and unless the zone is going to favor them.
Yeah, until and unless the zone favors them. That's the important thing in this match. On Vikendi, it's all about the zone, because it basically messes up everyone once we know where it's going to be. If it's on the edge, I'm going to be a happy man, but no, it's going to be on the Goroka side, and that means this we have a slow game on our hands, basically.
Yep.
A lot of teams already in the circle. Kera Peace Flow on the very edge towards Zabava. Rivals X, they have gone for a 1-1-2 split. 2 players towards Cosmodrome, 1 player Rivals Noob on the northern side of Cosmodrome, and Trigger is towards the west of his teammates. Then we have a small collision that can actually happen between the squad of AGS and PWP squads on the Peshkova area.
Yep, that's true. And if we talk about some early game fight between PWT and AGS, these team trying to abort these gameplay, the fights as well, as because they know that their first motive is to have move inside the zone, to have to move inside the zone first. Then they can do fight. They can take fights very easily, because if you're inside the zone, you have an upper hand because you don't have to move inside the zone, because this is going to be in a trouble situation if you get off guard in the open area. But if we talk about some teams, just like DoyenKnightSs as well as Phantom Esports, nobody is there in front of them because they are a little bit separated from other teams. We can see the cluster on northern side as well as the middle part of Villa and Tovo and Volnova as well. Some teams are also going at Podvosto. We can see the teams of A1 Esports. They have a fight with the TDP, the Trust D process, and this is the time because Trust D process have to perform well, because this is the 3rd match. The next match is going to be last match of this day. If you have to move inside, climb up the leaderboard, this is the perfect time, or you're going to be in a big trouble.
Yeah, it is going to be big trouble for them, but we will have to figure out how the teams actually react to that. I mean, we will get to see that in the later stages of the game, not just the later stages as well, as soon as the blue zone starts to come in and cause these teams, starts to build up some pressure on these lads. I think DoyenKnightSs, they are in a really good position, and Phantom as well, with the players being on, the players of Phantom towards the Vihar area, and Dobromesto being the city where the players from DoyenKnightSs are. No early contact for these lads with anyone. E2S OPM towards the Volnova situation. There is the team of HARAME who have taken control of Castle, but the bad thing for HARAME is going to be the position of Ghatak. He's separated from his teammates, so he has to just stay there and wait for his team to come with the backup. If he decides to move towards his team, he's going to come in contact with a lot of squads who are going to look to pick him off.
Absolutely, for Archangels, if they spotted that player off guarded, they are not going to lift you. They are not going to leave you because they are literally hungry for the kills. They are very strong. They have the gunpowder as well. And now looking at the TDP Shaga, we can hope that this team is going to perform well because they barely survived. They are in the semi-finals. Till the previous day, they are still fighting to get into the semi-finals, and they are in. And they just have a great position right now. They are in the pod boost, so they're trying to get some basic loot as well, and they're a little bit close to the zone as well. But High Voltage Assassin is a little bit close to the teams of Rival X. The High Voltage, if they choose that they have to take a rotation towards him, then he is going to be in big trouble right now. But he's in a safe position. And A1 Esports Sinister having a Car 98. I literally want to see some headshots popping and some headset blown, as well as some knocks from his side.
Yeah, we will definitely want to see some knocks, but early stage fights in this matchup, they are not that prominent. On the other side, SMGs, the weapon that spawns most in the map, and we do see that in action as well. The exclusive weapon
Yeah.
that is going to be the G36C. We will get to see that in action in the later stages. Havoc on our screens right now is going to be moving in a little bit. They are on the northern edge towards the coal mine area of this map, and this squad of high voltage, they will look to get the second chicken dinner in this matchup as well. Are surrounded by a lot of teams, but the point of contact, it's going to be a little while before that happens, and I think I spoke too soon as Aussie is going to be picked off, followed by Assassin. KSX, they catch the two players who were separated from Havoc and send them back into the lobby.
Absolutely, and the team who got the second in the previous match, they already lost two players in so early stage. And now, look at the player of Team HARAME. He is literally very close to the player of for Archangels Abrar. If they spot some players, or if they are going to spot him, then he's going to be in big trouble, because they don't need to get eliminate in a very early space. But we have crossed the 6-minute mark. 16 teams are there, 62 players are alive, and still not any team. We cannot see a proper fight between teams. And Ghatak literally just spotting some teams. He is just scouting that where the rotation is done by the team 6, which is for Archangels. He is spotting him. He knows. He's giving information to the team that you have to come towards me. I am just spotting some players. I spotted them. They are just moving outside the zone of Tower, outside the area of Tower. And yep, they are moving. And maybe they're just going to move towards the eastern side of Tower. And let's see which position they are going to hold. And if they're going to have a fight, how they're going to capitalize on it.
Yeah, we will find that out, how they plan on capitalizing on their position. But on the other side, there are a lot of teams moving from the eastern area towards the western direction, and Dalion was one of those people. He has been caught off guard. The shots being fired towards his direction by the players of God's Reborn, they do end up blowing his snowmobile over there, but he still managed to survive and does fire the shots in retaliation. But on the other side, Dalion already has fallen down. Abrupt Slayers, the fight is coming in. Joker takes some damage. Kirapi's Flow are going to be taking some damage from the players of KSX. They are not looking to stop, but the retaliation is definitely going to be there. PWP losing a few players to the lads from God's Reborn. Gentleman being taken down. Dalion in a really bad situation. Boli Hung, the revive is going to be there. Chari with the smoke is going to try and revive his teammate, but that's not going to happen. Phantom Jax takes so much damage, arrives in style, but goes down in style as well. To Joker nonetheless, and Rafath, he's going to fall down. Legend, the revive is going to come in, but Jax, he's going to be giving information to his teammate that the revive is happening, and that crucial information might just be the thing that allows the opponents, the players from Phantom, to aggress. Seven going on the first floor right now is going to throw a smoke to cover up, to deny any sort of vision, but PWP, they have turned a bad fight around into a manageable situation. SK49 and Chari climb up to the first floor. Their opponents still sitting on the ground floor right now, and the revive is happening. After that, the charge-in might as well come in. But
Absolutely.
Phantom Esports, they are trying to take the fight against PWP, and PWP, they eliminate their opponents. KSX gets eliminated. Phantom Esports against the players of Abrupt Slayers. The nade being thrown by YT is going to try and get a knock, but doesn't.
Yeah, that's true, and he just trying to spot some player. He just want that some player are going to get knocked, but the player Frying Pan having MPK-45, he's ready to fight with the team of RisingNepal. He have Molly. Molly is going to work, because Abrupt Slayers trying to fight, trying to spot some players, because they know that all the players of the team Phantom Esports are inside one compound. But Rival X, here's again fight going between Rival X versus PWP Esports, as well as TDP is also coming into fight.
Yeah, the fight is going to be third-partied right now. Both the teams, they will have to be careful, but Phantom and Abrupt Slayers, this one has gone to Frypan on the other side of the window. Barely missing the Molotov by some pixels. PWP SK49 takes down the player of TDP. TDP Lazy in retaliation takes down SK49. So a really bad situation for the players of PWP. I think there's just one player surviving for the squad right now, and at any given moment, even that team, PWP, is going to take an exit from this game. And yes, it is just Charyu surviving. TDP, they get charged upon by rivals. So they were trying to third-party someone. They get third-parties and rivals. We know these lads don't stop. Sugar, Lazy, and Miracle inside the room. Lazy falls down first. Trigger goes down second. Miracle falls down, and Sugar is going to be the last man for TDP to go down as the squad goes back and are going to wait for the next match to start.
Yup, that's true. And PWP Esports are looking very strong, but TDP, they got eliminated on the 14th position. This is not that good match from them. Again, they just take an early exit. But Phantom Esports versus Abrupt Slayers, we are waiting for this fight, and this is going to happen in just some milliseconds. Frypan tried to spot some player, but he just got knocked out. And Rafat just knocked Nova X. He's just barely surviving on 10-20% HP. Heaven XD trying to spot some players of Phantom Esports. Alu Whitey, he just also got spotted out and got knocked out. Now, last player surviving, which is Rafat. What he is going to do? He's the only man who can take out his team from his fight, and he just trying to spot some player. He did a damage to the player, which is Gamer X, and okay, he just got surrounded by a player. He do a very good damage, and he's just barely surviving on 1% HP. Rafat is literally in a big trouble, and yup, Legend finishes him instantly with using Uzi.
Yeah, the Uzi was pretty deadly in the close ranges, but the fact that the opponent was just there with barely a sliver of health, that is going to give them the advantage, and I guess the fights are never going to stop as the Abrupt Slayers are now going to try and figure out if they want to fight the players from RisingNepal. Dada and Kuni, they want to back off because it's a 2-2 split coming in from these players, and yes, they are backing off right now. Don't want to over-aggress the situation when they don't have any backup, so they are going to regroup with their teammates and try and see if they can catch the last players off guard before they come in, or just cut off the rotation, because they do have the high ground. They will have the information as well, and AGS spot out the players from E2S OPM. One of the players with Saul, he's going to be finished off. Hunter is coming in from the other direction and need to be careful. Gole is a really experienced player. He sees you, he is going to go for the finish.
Yep, that's true. And the team of E2S OPM, Hunter is come there to revive his player. He just want to revive him because this is a nice situation. But Angry Springs are not charging towards him because they know the distance is very long. And as we look towards the zone, most of the team, maybe all the teams are inside the zone, so this is a nice thing from the teams. But we have a cluster still on the left side of Tovo and the northern side of Dino Park. So the fight is going to be held between the four Archangels, AGS, as well as A1 Esports, and maybe the team of Abrupt Slayers. They can also take fights. Right now, these teams are having so much fight, but Rival X, they are holding a compound. Right now, they are in a safe position, but till then, let's see the zone is where the zone is going to shift, and if the team is going to move, then if they are going to save or not.
Well, the interesting thing is going to be that Vihar, Moatra, and Dobromeso, Dino Park as well. There's this one team in Dino Park that is E2S. But apart from that, all the other teams that were holding out towards those other western location have already abandoned their positions and are already moving towards the center of the circle. The cluster is going to result in a lot more third parties. So the teams are going to have to be careful as to how they decide to fight and how they actually are taking the fight. The fighting for the moments of the fights are going to be important as well, because as we saw, multiple third parties happening. Those things happen in Vikendi quite often. You need to be careful. The PP buys in on Tata. It can be pretty deadly, but he needs to be careful, as we did see another team that was AGS spot out the positions of E2S OPM. Now 4 Archangels have spotted them out, and we know 4 Archangels, apart from the mess up that was there with the late rotation in the first match, they have been on point in the semi-final so far.
Yep, that's true, and they are looking quite good. They are inside the zone. That the third zone is going to get close in. We are already in the 15-minute. We are just going to hit that 15-minute mark. Only 11 teams are there, and 41 people are alive. The zone is a little bit centralized position, not going to go on the northern side or going to shift towards the southern side. Still, all the teams are inside the zone. This is a very nice game in the Vikendi. We can see that the most all the teams are inside the zone. So they don't have to move a little bit in, or they don't have to change their position until unless the next zone is going to happen. But if you talk about DoyenKnightSs, they are on the very safe side. They are on the edge. If they decide that they have to move a little bit centralized position, then the compound which they can see in front of them, they can move at there. But Rival X as well as Kira Peaceflow, these teams have to perform well because we have high hopes from them.
Yeah, everyone has high hopes from them, but that's the thing. Too much expectations can also lead to a demise of the team. I think that's what's happening with PWP Esports, the squad of Rafat, Frypan, Sallu YT, and Jax. They had an amazing run in the group stages, but now in the semi-finals, don't know what's happening to them because not much has changed from there to here. It is the same lineup that's playing, but some reason they are failing to perform. They're gonna have to step up big time, and I think this might be the thing that helps them. The airdrop number 3 with the quick draw mag for the snipers and the level 3 kit comes the MK14, the demon with 2 faces, and taming this demon, it's gonna be pretty incredible. But right now, Rival's trigger, he has his trigger finger ready and pointed towards the players of RisingNepal. Oh, Chari showed some pixels, could have been deadly, but standing behind the wall right now, just taking the TPP, and that is really important. You have to be patient. You have to stand behind a lot of walls if you want to win this game.
Yep, that's true. And here this is most of the teams are this scoped in towards them because they know that there's a team. They need some knocks so that they can push towards them and get some kills. But right now they are already having 6 kills, which is a good sign from the team of Rival X. They are now getting up the pace. They are now keeping up the momentum. They are, if they caught this chicken dinner, that this is going to be very beneficial for them. And the fourth zone is going to get in, and let's see that where it is going to be on. And I'm just hoping that zone is going to shift towards Goroka because there is no team in the Goroka side. Most of the teams are in the southern side or in the centralized area, and still Mr. Boru still trying to spot some players of RisingNepal. He's not giving up on them, and Angry Springs, they are taking a long range fight against team E2 SOPM using the AKM with a 4x scope with some single tap shot. He still wants that if they connect a headshot and get a knock.
Yeah, the knock is going to be important if you want to take out the entire team, but AGS still in a really good position, haven't taken much fight, sitting on 0 kills right now, and as you can see, the center of the circle is going to be super clustered with RisingNepal smack in the middle of things. So they take one fight, they are going to have to take a lot of fights back to back. They're going to get charged upon pretty badly, and so will the team of AGS. They have HARAME on the north, A1 Esports on one side, E2S on one side, 4 Archangels are going to move in slowly and steadily, but here comes the blue zone, and it is going to give us our next circle, which shouldn't be too far, and Villa is going to be a good area to start with. Most of the team, almost everyone inside the area apart from high voltage, but they just have to move a few meters as well. So another slow round of the game is about to begin, is going to be another way to say this.
Yeah, that's true, and the only team which is outside the zone is high voltage, and they are not that far away. They just have to move a little bit, maybe 300 or 400 meters, and most of the teams are delaying fight. They are inside the zone, they are not moving, so they are just playing a tactical gameplay. And Rival X, Mr. Boro, just spotted a player, trying to spot some players of the team. Maybe he knows that there should be a team name. Yep, it is. This is Kira Peaceflow. So all the teams are little bit very close to each other, but in the Vikendi map we can see a huge amount of compounds where you can stay there, not take fights, you can delay some fights, and after that when some teams are going to rush towards him, if another opponent team slam towards your compound, then you can take them down, and this is a good strategy from all the teams. And right now we are looking at the team A1 Esports. they are proving they literally have a consistent gameplay, and we can see that all the players just looking at the 4 direction. One player just look at the north, one player south, west and east. This is a very nice gameplay, and the team which is close to them, which that is E2SOPM, and Rival X also spots some players of Kira Peace Flow as well as some players of RisingNepal. Not, we can see a little bit very slow gameplay from all the teams, because they all are waiting for the zone to take a shift towards any side, or the zone is going to favor them, so that the 5 are going to happen. But the slow gameplay in a Vikendi map, are you expecting this or not?
I mean, I always expect this. That's how this map works. The circles don't shift too drastically.
Yep.
It's always a shift around the center of the previous circle. So that's why holding the center is a really, really, really good strategy in this map. And that always happens. 2 things that cause a team to abandon their stronghold, basically their bases, and move out. It's going to be 2 conditions. 1, the circle moves too far away from you, which is about to happen as we are going to reach the 5th circle. And the second, your opponents are going to make a really, really big mistake and stand out in the open, or are going to be moving in front of you out in the open. So if they just are handing you the kills, you will definitely try and pick them up. And as I said, the 5th circle, that's when the drastic shift hits, because it is going to be too small now to hold these teams. And now if you see Kira Peace Flow, DoyenKnightSs, Rivals X, RisingNepal, Abrupt Slayers, High Voltage, all these teams are going to have to move in together, where the players of HARAME, AGS, E2S, A1 Esports and 4 Archangels are already going to be. And look at this, 4th airdrop as well brings the MK14. So 2 people are going to have the demons now.
Yeah, that's true. And I'm just hoping that the demon is going to fight against Demon, because 2 teams are having the MK14, and Rival X, they are literally having a very early rotation inside the zone. And this is a nice strategy from the teams who are taking a literally very early rotations. And if we talk about the strategy of HARAME, they are having a centralized area. The zone is still favoring them, but the team like High Voltage as well as RisingNepal, they are holding the edge, and now they're in a quite big trouble, because they have to take fight with the teams who are already holding the compound, which they have to take. And Mr. Boro just knocked a play of HARAME, which is Private 7. Finally, we are going to witness a fight between 2 teams, and Rival X, Mr. Boro, trying to close in towards the play of HARAME Khatak. He just spotted him. He's just moving inside a house, and let's see that they are going to use some utilities just like nades or molly, so that they can get some opening of kills as well. And he spotted Khatak. Khatak is surviving on 70% HP. He got, okay, Mr. Boro just got knocked out, and he's just moving down, and Rival X, the last player, is going to revive him, but Khatak got knocked out, and he is barely surviving on 48% HP, and he is also got knocked out. Let's see how these teams are going to perform now.
Well, Nemesis is not going to be able to save his teammates. That's what I'm about to say, because HARAME, they just charge in. Oh, YR2 goes down. Nemesis just proving me Nong takes down one. Can he take down the second one? The answer is going to be no. I called it, because as soon as you see 3 players down, 2 players charging, and you know how it's going to end. It was an onslaught coming in from that team, and HARAME just picking the fight in a beautiful manner. The beautiful kill secures, but Kira Jane is going to be taken down by Abrupt Slayers. Heaven and RisingNepal from the other side coming in as well, stealing the kill away from Abrupt Slayers. Kuni is going to take down Don Dai, and Kurkure is going to be the last man surviving for his team. Is going to try and hold off, hides in the bush right now. Can you survive for long? Kuni with the Molotov. If this one connects, that's going to be the end of Kurkure, and I think he might have overshot that.
Oh yes, he knew that the Molotov is very close. Kuni is still trying to spot the last player of Kira Peace Flow. He is not giving any sound, and he's literally not moving. But Abrupt Slayers Joker is very close to him. If Kurkure toss a very precise grenade, then this is going to be very difficult for the team Abrupt Slayers, and the nade goes, but Kuni just knocked the play of Joker and finished him instantly. The team RisingNepal now getting some kills. They are on 4 kills, and the team is coming towards them. They are just going to move inside the zone, because they already have 4 kills. Now they have to focus on the placement points, and we have left with 10 teams. 32 players are alive, and Sonam getting a great position, but the teams are coming towards them, and Nova X just tossing some smokes. And yeah, I'm talking about Sonam. He just got off guarded, spotted off guarded, and finished instantly by some players. And ASL, Abrupt Slayers, they are very close to the Kurkure, and some players are also going. DoyenKnightSs, Zob got knocked out, as well as Akish, and Akish just got his car got blown up and finished instantly.
Yeah, the finish is definitely going to come in this out in the open. But Kurkure, I like this lad. Oh, finally steps out, takes down Heaven, goes for the finish, securing the kill point. Now he has to take the fight against Nova. It's going to be a forced fight. Nova taking damage from the blue zone inside the smoke. He has the footsteps, the shots being fired from Kurkure, but no damage being given out. Nova on 50% health. Whoever shoots first is going to win, and it is going to be Kurkure. He has to heal now, otherwise the damage is just going to take him out. The first aid being popped is barely going to stick in time. Oh no, it doesn't. I thought he was gonna have it. It was so close. Kira P.S. Flow, that was an amazing performance, but now is the time to say goodbye.
Yup, that's true, and Kuni just got eliminated. E2SOPM Hunter also got knocked out. Now, E2SOPM have to focus on reviving player, then move on and take some fights. And even Esports, they're also looking really strong. They are inside the zone, spotted some players of DoyenKnightSs. The player is barely surviving on very low HP on a lane, and he is going to get eliminated. And the last player, Disconnect, is the last hope from the team of DoyenKnightSs, and he is inside the zone. He have to stay there, not giving any sound to the opponents, and we can witness some really very amazing fight between these teams. And we have left with 8 teams, 21 people are there. All the players are inside the zone, and now I am focusing for a drastic change of the circle so that the team are going to fight against each other, and we are just going to witness that who is going to be the winner.
Definitely, we will witness who the winner is going to be after the end of the game. But Dada, I think he has been spotted out by Abrar. Abrar, the kill for Chari from RisingNepal is going to be secured for this lad, being responsible right now for 100% kill contribution for his team. And Dada, all right, the leg pixels, we can see that, but the shots from Abrar, he's still going to wait and see if he can spot out some more body parts, a little bit, find his opponent a little bit more exposed so that he can take him out with ease. But that is not going to happen. The circle makes a shift yet again. That happened last one with AGS being the only team inside the circle, and it is out in the open, so the players are going to have to be careful, or else the fate that is about to come to Harame is going to be yours. As A1 Esports, they spot them out. One player was taken down, but the revive has happened. IR2 is going to try and be back on his feet as soon as possible. In the meanwhile, DoyenKnightSs, they take an exit from this game. For Archangels, moving in a really good formation, try and take the edge of the circle, which they actually get. But now comes the challenge. They will have to take the fight against the players of High Voltage, who are right on their flank.
Yup, that's true. And yup, AGS goalie, Angry Springs goalie, just spotted a player of Harame, which is Nang, and he just got knocked out. And they finished him instantly. And Mr. Weiss knocked Karthak, and Boom twice stole the kill of Karthak. And 4 Archangels looking forward to get some fights. And even Esport steals shots, charging towards the team of Angry Springs. One player just got knocked out, which is K-Help, and Gole is trying to spot some player. They are moving towards them. He is know that if he is going to toss a grenade, this is going to be very lethal for the team of A1 Esports. One player just got knocked down. Sinister need a revive, and he's getting it as well. And steal shots. He is taking Fear is taking fight with the player of AGS, but unfortunately he also got knocked out. Sinister is on his feet. He's just healing up, trying to ready to get some fights, and Cole just got knocked out. Muffin having a high advantage, spotted some players of AGS throwing a molly. This is going to be work for him, and the damage done to the players of A1 Esports, but they just survive. And Muffin is also there to take some fights. Now A1 Esports as well as Angry Springs, they have to take fight because the zone is here. Sinister just got spotted out. AGS, Muffin get some damage, he have to pop some heals because A1 Esports is going to come toward him.
Yeah, A1 Esports are definitely going to charge in, but one team that's not going to be charged, in fact, two, it's going to be High Voltage and E2 SOPM, down to 3 teams, 9 players alive. The final moments in this fight, no one in the open area of the circle for Archangels, all 4 players alive. They will have a good position, but A1 Esports, they can make this their second chicken dinner of the day. And if they do that, I think that's going to be a dominating statement from this team. All right, the smoke was supposed to go out the window, but it lands in. But now it's going to be time to finish the last remaining player from AGS. That's going to be Muffin, hiding on the first floor. The players are still looking around for him. They will figure it out shortly. Muffin gives away the footsteps, and now the charging is going to come in. The smokes have been deployed. He jumps out the balcony. A great escape, and he is out of the compounds. I think that was a straight jump. Will he survive, and for how long he is going to survive? That's going to be a big question. But 4 Archangels charging instead. Boom twice has been taken down. Muffin is trying to be the distraction. All right, Muffin is distracting the Archangels. The charging comes in towards him. He dishes out the damage, but he's not going to be standing for long, as he is going to be taken out as well. Now, 2 teams remaining, and it is a pretty even fight, as Steel Shot is going to try and take down revenge for his teammate Clutch and Abrar on one side. A1 Esports have lost Sinister, so it is going to be a 2 versus 3 situation until Sinister comes back on his feet. But the cover is not going to be there. With the nade, the damage is going to be dished out. Abrar and his teammate Clutch, they charge in. The blue zone is closing in as well. Abrar with the jump through the broken wall. Another one is going to come in, but from the flank, they have to fight on both the sides. Steel Shot taking the shots. Abrar with the damage coming in. The last man is going to say bye to the server, bye to the fight, as 4 Archangels use the man advantage and get the chicken dinner in this Vikendi match.
Yeah, but the team A1 Esports are very close to get the second chicken dinner, but 4 Archangels just destroyed their teams and got the first position. And yup, this is a nice position for A1 Esports. They got the second position, and I hope the last match they are going to get the chicken dinner as well.
Well, definitely they will try and finish off with a chicken dinner, but still the second place finish is pretty good. 4 Archangels, they had a good start in the Vikendi match, and they made sure that they carried it forward towards the chicken dinner. A good finish from both these teams, and I think this just makes the leaderboard a little bit more intense for the other teams who are not doing so well, because we talked about this in the early stages. If there is a vacuum of points and a few teams just keep on making consistently good performances, it makes it harder for the teams at the bottom to hit those qualification points. And it is going to be a challenge for them if this keeps on going. If A1 Esports, if 4 Archangels, if High Voltage, because even they were part of the later exits, and if these teams keep on performing consistently, the teams are sitting on the 15th position, teams on the 14th position and below, they will have a challenge of being in the top 10.
Absolutely, they have to do something because they are going to climb up, as well as they're having a good amount of kills as well as placement points. And now I'm hoping that who is going to be the MVP. I'm looking forward that MVP is going towards from the team of A1 Esports.
Yeah, A1 Esports, I think they will have one of the players who was fragging out of the mines. I mean, all of them were since the starting of the day, but in a few moments we will actually know, because even 4 Archangels, they had a good game as well. The way they took the fight, the way they utilized the numbers advantage, coming in from the 4th zone to the 5th circle and transitioning into the final one, always being spread out towards the edge of the circle and then moving in as a unit, choking out anyone they found on their way. A1 Esports on the other side, forcing the fight against the players of AGS. That was pretty important for them, for the compound was the thing that allowed them to survive. Had they not had it, they would have been the first ones to be taken out by 4 Archangels.
Yup, that's true, and the great fight between these 2 teams. And yup, A1 Esports survived that fight, and unfortunately AGS lost at the 3rd position.
Yeah, the 3rd position finish is going to be quite interesting, but as we were talking about it, MVP for the game, we have it in front of us, and it is going to be the player from Rivals X, Mr. Burrow. Oh, did not expect this to happen, but Mr. Burrow, I mean, it is the squad of Rivals X. Even when they are not performing, they are performing. So 5 kills to the lad, 507 damage, survival time of 21 minute and 33 seconds, and distance covered 7.31 kilometers, which for Vikendi, I have to say, is slightly higher than the average.
Absolutely, they do a very long rotations as well, and I'm happy that one-off a player from Rival X. Absolutely, the whole team is now improving. They are now moving forward to get that charge that and get some placement points and move up in the leaderboard, because this is the high time. This is the third match just got finished and we have only the last match, and you have the last match for the today, and you have to focus to get that points.
Definitely. In the last game, the pressure is going to be there to at least climb up to the top 5 so that they will have a safety cushion for the day that they are not playing. But now, let us have a look at the top 5 players and see who all are going to be joining our MVP from this game. Joining Mr. Boro, it's going to be Abrar from for Archangels. Then we have IR2 from HARAME, also had an amazing finish. From RisingNepal, it is going to be Kuni, and Kirapi's Flow. Jane is going to be there, but I cannot not ignore the fact how Kirapi's Flow, they actually managed to survive in this game. It was pretty intense what just happened with Kurkure hiding in the bush, taking out the players as soon as they stepped in front of him. And it was, not gonna lie, it was a little bit hilarious as well.
Absolutely. And if we talk about the player Jane from Kirapi's Flow, he's again in the top 5 of killing the highest kills. This is a great point from the team we have to notice, because if you're getting high amount of kills, you're just focusing on get some kills, this shows the dominance, and you are just focusing on kills as well.
Yeah, definitely it does show the dominance. Let us have a look at the match summary as well, and we're going to know how the game overall went and how many kills were confirmed. And 57 to 70, that's a shady ratio over there. But does show that a lot of fights were happening on the other side when they actually started, and we saw those multiple third parties taking place. The revives are always going to be a part when you are talking about Vikendi, just because you can't straight away charge in this map, or the players aren't as exposed as they are on Miramar, so securing the kills, you have to go in. Headshots, 10 smokes and 8, 172 average number. Airdrop looted 3, out of which 2 were the MK14s that we did not get to see in action.
That's true. And if we talk about 172 utilities is used, which is smokes and grenade, but not a single kill from grenade. This I have to focus about. So the grenade is used to knock some people, that we have a high amount of knocks as compared to kills. So this is showing that the players are using utilities to get some free knocks, get some easy knocks, and then they have to rush and finish the players with guns.
Well, that is always a good strategy. If you can use the nades to knock out the players, you won't have to expose yourself, and by the time you get there to fight the opposing team, they are already going to be down in numbers. You will be at the advantage. Now, let us have a look at the game-wise standing and see how many points that the teams actually get from this one, and how the calculations are going to go about. For Archangel, 30.10 kills. A good game coming in for them. A1 Esports as well, 8 kills, 22 points. They are continuing to impress everyone that's watching this game. They are followed by Angry Springs, the team that A1 Esports chased away from their own home, with 13 points for Angry Springs. One of the last kills was also secured, so that was a crucial point for them. Followed by HARAME. So, interesting thing, the team that actually finished on the 4th position, that is E2SOPN, they are going to be dropped down just because they did not have enough kills. Rivals X, another interesting thing. 1 placement point, but 7 confirmed kills inside the game. That's the reason they are in the top 7. Moving forward to the second half of the standings and talking about upsets in this matchup, I think that has to be DoyenKnightSs as well. Not enough kills. Trusty process with the early exit, because once again, big name, big players, Gods Reborn and Phantom Esports in the same category. Not enough kills. An upsetting performance on this map. But the next one is going to be Erangel, so they will have the opportunity to come back.
Yep, that's true. And you are just focusing the teams who just perform. But PWP Esports, they are still lacking in everything. They are not getting that placement points as we have expected, as well as skill points. So these teams are quite perform a little bit low as compared to group stage, because in the group stage they are literally dominating the other teams who are in the 2nd and 3rd chart. But right now we're just seeing another thing, that the teams who are in the 2nd chart, they are on the 1st chart and the 1st chart. So this is a very equalized gameplay we can see from these
Yeah,
teams.
things get balanced out
Yeah.
right now after this one. Well, I think the leaderboard is going to show us how things are going to go. But before that, we will have a look at some other stats as well about individual players and how the performances have gone by. And it is going to be quite interesting because even I want to have a look at the leaderboard and see how things are going to change. But one thing is for sure, A1 Esports is going to be sitting on the #1 position.
That's true because the consistent gameplay, they are in the top 5 again and again and again and again, which is showing that they are not going to leave that first position.
Well, let us have a look at the leaderboard and see how the other teams apart from A1 Esports are doing, because they have been really, really well and really on point today. 66 point for A1 Esports, followed by a massive, massive drop. Second position goes to High Voltage, as I said, the massive drop, 48 points for them. Then on third, we have E2SOPM with 42. For Archangels with this chicken dinner, they climb up to the fourth position, 39 points. So a really, really volatile situation from the fourth to the fifth position, and then we have another volatile situation from sixth position onwards. That is RisingNepal, Abrupt Slayers, HARAME. These guys are going to switch around really, really fast. But A1 Esports, they are pretty much secure up there with 66 points that they have. Moving down, Angry Springs, even their position is going to get swapped like crazy, but it is going to be a tough challenge for teams PWP, Phantom Esports, let's take DoyenKnightSs in there as well, and God's Reborn. All the big names are here below the 9th position. All of them, all the teams that were destroying their opponents during the group stages, well, being destroyed right now.
That's true, and we can see Rival X is dropping on the 10th position. Yep, they have the highest amount of kill if we look at the second page of the leaderboard, but still they are on the 10th position. And I also want to tell about the team, which is E2SOPM. If we talk about the gameplay in group stage, they're in the top 5 while not having a chicken dinner until unless maybe in the second week. But now we can see they're still not having in the chicken dinner, but they are in the third position.
Yeah, in the third position. That just shows consistency. A similar performance was seen from Venom Legends as well. If we're talking about group stages, even they were performing without any chicken dinners, but the consistency was the thing that kept them high up in the standings. And that consistency is pretty important. Getting the chicken dinners is not important. Winning the semifinals is not important. You are going to have to win the finals, that is. But staying in the top 10 over here is going to be super, super important for everyone. And the reason, the way you do that is by being consistent. Let's see what the last match brings us. But before we head over to Erangel, we're going to head to a short break. So you guys stay tuned and keep watching. We'll be right back. Hello everyone, and once again welcome back to the PUBG Mobile Club Open 2020 Fall Split Semi-Finals Day number 1. My name is Varun Super Johnny John. We are just about to head into the last game for day number 1, which is going to be played on the map of Erangel. And joining me on the desk, ladies and gentlemen, once again it's going to be Fixes.
Thank you so much, Johnny. We've been seeing some intense action so far, and let's not waste any moment and just head into the game of Erangel, where we will be seeing this time around who's the one team that's gonna win. But taking a look at the flight path trajectory, we see a northern flight path. And what do you think? Where the circle is going to head out?
I don't know, but I think the game is trying to give us hints that no one goes south. Even in the first Erangel, no one went south. This one as well, it's a northern trajectory.
Yeah, this is definitely a northern trajectory, but I want to see those, bizarre circles that we have been seeing in the past. But today, even the circle today was really good, going down to the edge shorelines of the central island. But right now, taking a look at how the teams have been dropping so far, we see no changes in the drop location. Team Rivals, okay. Talk about drop location changes. Rivals, they are heading towards Zaki.
Yeah, the change in drop location, I think, is just going to slow down a pace a little bit. But we have noticed this team sort of have a lot of dynamism as far as drop locations are concerned. This is one team that I'm sure they try different things, and they are not afraid to try things out. But look at this, Fixes. Do you see the sort of rainbow that has formed towards the Georgia Pole area, which is going to result in Nemesis from Rivals already being taken down and finished off as soon as he lands, as soon as his feet touch the ground. And that was a risk that was meant to be taken, and they failed.
Yeah, they certainly did fail. We have to see how this time the circle. Okay, this looks very normal, all right? This is generic circle. We have come across it a lot. But right now, the transitions and everything that happens, you've still got those critical areas. You've still got that Rozhok area, the bridge side, and even the shorelines that we have seen so far. But there is still a possibility that this circle can go down south.
Yeah, there is going to be a possibility that the circle goes down south, and the military island is included in there as well. So we love seeing those split circles that are split between the two islands, but if you're a player in the game, you hate it. You hate it.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's why we're not players. We're casters.
Yeah.
We enjoy. We are sinful people.
Yeah.
We enjoy watching people in pain.
Yeah, I guess so.
I
so
was
do
in pain.
So yeah, you were in the clan, and I guess so do the viewers, because it is more entertaining when the players are trying to decide, all right, we're gonna go to the military island, and the circle just moves up north. This time again, the entire place has been left abandoned, and look at this. DoyenKnightSs this time decide to go to the Primorsk area, and they are gonna have a fun time rotating inside the circle, because there is literally no one in their path.
Yeah, I think Primorsk is a very good option for DoyenKnightSs, because we have seen them having their struggles out there. But one area which is really underrated is Quarry. I mean, why doesn't anyone kind of go down there, loot? You can also loot the compounds on the western side. And talking about the Indian teams, there is Team Soul that loves to capitalize on that, on those areas particularly, and they always somehow manage to make those rotations in. But right now, the winners of the last game for Archangels this time around are going to looking forward to carry forth the momentum that they have in themselves. But right now, talking about the teams that are dead smack center, has to be Team A2SOPM. I mean, it's been a long time that we got to witness a Pochinki circle. PUBG gods, if you are watching this, please bless us with a Pochinki circle, because that is the place where we see so much of the urban warfare happening, so much of those grenades coming into action, a lot of teams going on top of their buildings, trying to find those players around, roaming around, trying to catch someone off guard. And A2SOPM definitely on the center of it. If it goes in their favor, they'll be the ones smiling. But talking about the teams that are also playing, we have Team Phantom. Well, we have to talk about this particular team. What's going wrong with them?
Well, I have no idea.
Apart from the luck factor.
I don't think it's the luck factor. I think the basic thing that the team was really, really good at, that's what they're messing up right now. Team Phantom, we knew they were good at 4v4 fights.
Yeah.
We knew if it was the entire team present or like fighting scenarios in general. Phantom was the team that was setting the bar for the other teams. The way they positioned themselves, the utility usage coming in. So far, it looks like they just try and run and gun in those situations and hope for the best. That does not work out.
Well, while you were sitting out and sipping on your pina colada from the right hand side, me and Phoenix were casting Sanhok, right?
Yeah.
So in that, what happened? They got third-partied, and they got third-partied really, really bad. And E2S OPM was there over there, and even RisingNepal. They played out of the minds in that particular skirmish, to be sure. And yeah. In the first game, we saw how unlucky they were. They took that initial fight, but they got taken down from the circle. Now, they are definitely looking forward to change things around. But alongside I think alongside team, this particular team exactly, Team Phantom, right?
Yeah.
Alongside them, there's another team that we have to talk about is Team Rivals X. What is going wrong with them? They've already lost 2 players, I believe.
Yeah, that's the thing. They landed towards Zarki. It looked like, you guys can see me, I'm making the air quotes. It looked like they were going towards Zarki, but they landed right with the players of KS Axe that was towards the North Georgia Pole City. And KS Axe, if you give them free kills, they are just going to take it. The players weren't even given the opportunity to pick up any guns. They were just finished off. It's just one guy who was in a safe position. That was Trigger. And the other player, Mr. Boro, he has been performing out of his minds recently, just trying to grab any points that he can. So it's really difficult to kill him.
Yeah, it's very, very difficult. And yes, Mr. Boro definitely being the outshining performer of Team Rivals right now. And let's take a look. Let's talk about Team HARAME. They've been phenomenal so far. And let's see how things are going to turn around. And Team HARAME, like I said, IR2 being the definite stand-out player. This team... it has got a lot of things to prove. They have the potential that we have seen.
Yeah.
They can get really deadly sometimes. But like I've been speaking, for the nth time, they need to be consistent. Somewhere they're lacking. But talking about teams that are performing out of their minds, one team really does show up. That is A1 Esports.
Yeah, A1 Esports, I mean, I was telling you from the group stages, this team, they know how to take fights.
No.
And E2S Hunter, he's
No.
running straight. Chari, spot him, shoot him, lad. And Hunter manages to get away down in the ditch. He manages to survive. That was a weird interaction.
I still need to figure out what just happened right now. You should never show your back to your enemy.
Yeah.
And he just
And
went
get away.
on his face. And yes, he did even manage to get away with it. How on earth is that possible? You could have just sprayed him down and would have got that kid for yourself. But Haywalk, like you can see, they are in a kerfuffle with the members of Team God's Reborn. And 2 of their players have already been knocked and finished. High Voltage definitely carrying out the momentum that they had again during the match of Sanhok. And Entry being the last survivor. Do you think this is going to be the same fateful match for God's Reborn, where just that one player survives and manages to, clutch things around? But no, Gentleman is still alive. But the backup is coming up here. Gentleman has to play something out of his minds right now to have a chance in clutching things around. Has finished off Assassin, but no, the trade-offs will come in and instantly taking him down as well. Entry sitting in that same visit tower, which is the favorite position of a world-renowned team, that is Team RRQ.
Yeah,
That's
is.
an iconic position.
Yeah, that is an iconic position indeed. But God's Reborn, they were in a bad position. They are just going to be taken out. Hey, Entry is still surviving.
Yeah, that's exactly, and he is in that visit tower.
Yeah. Do you think he's going to be able to take his team to the second position again?
Well,
I mean, this is going to
we
be
will
hard,
have to
though.
see.
This is going to be hard, though. He's surrounded from all directions. There is a rainbow down there.
There is absolutely a rainbow, and if the people from RRQ are watching, they must give his blessings, because we've seen numerous fights out there when RRQ were in their pinnacle of success. That is the place where they took a lot of fights and won every single one, even if the stakes were against them. But right now, Team Phantom. Okay, one thing right now I can really conclude is that they are starting to get predictable. This is the same compound where they were. They were taking some fights over there. And even against for Archangels, they've spotted a few players down there. But now, if you still continue to, use all the same strats, teams will eventually tend to figure you out, and that's a bad news.
That is definitely going to be a bad news, but Rafat from Phantom, I think he has an idea of where he needs to look. Was trying to check out if he could spot other players from 4 Archangels, but failing to do so. He's going to prone down out in the open. Alright, these are the small mistakes that actually get you killed. Now, his back is exposed. If none of the players, you do see the pointers on the screen of the players, they are looking right in the same direction. All of them, none of them are checking their backs. If Rafat gets up, to go over the ridge and meet with his teammates inside the compounds, they can be taken out from the rear as well. Now Jax actually decides to check his position, and rivals are closing in exactly from that location. They are going to come over from the side of Rozok, go through school and go through the western side of school and move in to the circle from there. It is still split between the two islands. DoyenKnights having an amazing time, all isolated amongst themselves towards the western side of the bridge, and here comes the airdrop in the middle of the two islands.
Yes, in the middle of the two islands. But I really want to see what's in there. Is it worth taking all the risk? Imagine, you drop off the cliff, you take a boat, or you just swim across and open that airdrop only to find a DBS.
Oh, yeah.
That must hurt.
That hurts a man's emotions. I mean, you take the risk to swim out. DBS is there, you pick up the armor and the helmet and just come back. But talking about picking up things, I think every single player in this lobby right now just wants to pick up those skills. Especially that's going to be entry from God's Reborn. Last player surviving, he's definitely going to try and secure some points while he is alive so that he can, in return, like secure some points just like the first fixes. Why did you have to say it? It's a DBS in the airdrop.
Oh my goodness, it's those days of Valentine's where you put in all your efforts and climb the mountains, cross those bridges, and then you go to find your maiden with someone else, and that hurts. That
it's
definitely.
the 8x with the DBS in there. One thing is going to give you so much advantage in those long-range combat. The other thing, you will not be able to get close enough to your opponents to use it. But we will see if anyone goes in there. I don't think no one's going to risk giving away their position or just being in the water so close to the edge when the circle is just split between the islands. And it's going to move again. We are going to have the third circle in front of us in a matter of seconds. And it takes a north shift. It's the Potato Hill Pochinki.
And A1 Esports are right where they need to be. And all they have to do is hold on to their horses, have their cars parked well. They just have to wait for all the teams that will be surrounding them. But I'm worried about the teams coming up from north, from the school area. If they kind of tend to come from the northern side, they will have a better advantage over them. But right now, members of Team Angry Springs will have to see. They are in a bit of a kerfuffle with the players of Team HARAME, and they've spotted them down, and so have the players of from Team HARAME, and now they are exchanging a few bullets. But right now, RisingNepal are being peppered down by IR2, but not for so long, as he decided to, save his bullets for later, and that's a really good decision.
Yeah, plus the distance is a little bit too much to actually land a good number of shots to get a knock or blow up the vehicle. But A1 Esports, as you said, taking control of this Pochinki Hill, it was so important. We have talked about this as well. I remember me and Ketan casting a match during the World League, talking about it on the analyst desk, how important this mountain becomes if the circle is heading over here. Getting here first is going to give you so much priority. You can spot out anyone coming in your direction, but the thing that's hard is going to be to keep that control to yourself. If you get challenged from multiple directions at the same time, there is definitely going to be a time that which you are going to be overwhelmed at a certain point, and you will have to pace yourself during those fights. So let's see if A1 Esports, can they do that, can they not? So far, PWP starting the action by taking down the players of DoyenKnightSs. Rules OP is going to be dropped down by Boli Hang, and PWP with a high ground advantage. Esports another one. The shot is going to come this time from Frag Boy from the other side, and Disconnect from DoyenKnightSs was taken down. So Bolihang with the sniper is definitely going to look to finish off the players that are lying in front of him.
Yeah,
Rules, he is back on his feet.
Absolutely, absolutely. Look at Disconnect. He is a helpless lad out there, but Rules and One Villain have their own troubles, and they have to rely on Ansh to, try to provide that cover fire over there. But he is not in the nearby vicinity. He needs to come up ahead, and One Villain has to do all the job out there. And yeah, we'll have to see how this fares out for the DoyenKnightSs, and they need to put on their shining armor. Something is definitely wrong with them. With the way they had started, I was really, excited to see how they're going to perform in the semi-finals. But somewhere down the line, they really need to amp things up. But Disconnect, he has certainly healed up, and he's healing a tad bit more right now. But yes, the circle. Now let's see. Where does it throw that curveball? Imagine the circle going on to its northeastern side. There's no team, but no, the circle has blessed the players from Team A1 Esports, and I can feel the smirk out there. Oh, Chari spraying down all those bullets, but Disconnect getting taken by the circle. I mean, that's an unfortunate finish for Chari. But can he actually go in and secure the kill? Or rather, he is deciding to get inside the circle instead, and that's a good decision.
Yeah, that is going to be a good decision for the team, but in the early stages, so far we do see the shot markers on the minimap. Wonder who they were shooting at. The rotation is going to come in, but on the other side, Kira Kurkure spots out the player Mitsol from E2SOPM. Team Phantom right behind him. He's trying to secure the kill. The DP spray is going to be there, but he doesn't get anything from that. But on the other side, they have spotted out a lot of players. The players from Kira are really close to the edge. Getting inside the circle is going to be a bit of a challenge, looking at how many teams are moving in from their direction. They're going to have to be patient, wait it out, let the others move in, take some damage from the blue zone, and then move in from behind.
Yeah, absolutely. And right now, DoyenKnightSs, they are moving through Pachinki. And this is an interesting maneuver that we get to see from themselves. And Rules, I believe, is intoxicated right now as he rams in that vehicle to the security outpost. And especially when they're dealing with the third circle, taking all that damage, that is going to be a close call. But right now, what are they up to? What is he up to? I mean, is he in his senses?
No.
Is he? No. He just got done with it.
I think so. What is going on with this team? What are the lads doing at this point? They've lost one player. The teammates are just leaving out first aid. Take it. One will at least pick up the first aids before you leave, lad. And now he's just going to have to go for a blind charge in. The players of Phantom right in front of him. They are going to make him pay for this one. The punish is definitely going to happen. All right, Phantom, even they are focused on moving ahead, and One Villain somehow managed to make it. How is he still alive?
What is he on right now? That's the thing I want to know. What did he have? Is he on an empty stomach right now? I see him going left, right, then hitting to those walls. I believe that's an internet issue maybe on their side. But in the meanwhile, E2SOPM, they have been eliminated. Quite a shocker, and to be eliminated on the 16th position, and certainly something we have not expected so far. But right now, Team HARAME, they've got a good cover, they've got a good reach, and
he blew up his own teammate.
I'm done. I've seen everything now.
I blame you for this. You are the one who asked for the DBS, and this is what happens when that gun falls on the sacred land. I mean, it did fall in water, but this is what happens when it spawns.
That was a rejection coming out there. They just could not handle their, they just could not handle it. Let's just get on with the game right now. When talking about the rest of the teams right now, Team HARAME and Team Angry Springs, they are just beside each other. But Team HARAME does have that high ground advantage, and DoyenKnightSs, they certainly are out of this game right now. Leon, the last member surviving for Team PWP. He's got a lot of job to do, and the last thing he can do right now is go to Bolihang for the rest, because he will be putting himself in the open, and I don't think it's a good trade-off, because these are still the early stages where only 2 teams have been eliminated, and PWP certainly do not want to get eliminated right now. But Shoykot, this lad, 1 grenade, 2 knocks. I mean, A1 Esports, what an amazing outing from them. But Rafit, look at him. He is creeping. He is crawling behind them. Can he find one player? He knows Shoykot is interested in throwing all those grenades. Has him spotted. Has him in his radar. The grenade has been cooked. It's just a matter of seconds, and Shoykot with another grenade will be getting that kill confirmed on Kurkure, and he's become a grenade machine.
The grenade machine. I really like that name, but who's going to be the frag machine in this one? I think that is going to be important as PWP. All right, they're covering up for the mistake. We do see Bolihang secure a couple of kills for his team. They are making up, and A1 Esports still quite strong on this one. Look at this. Look at the minimap for a second. Look at the amount of shots. Look at the amount of fights these lads are taking in 3 different directions at the same time. This is what this one mountain allows you to do. Your opponents, they will have to find a really difficult answer for this position. Steel shot with a couple of nades can wipe out an entire squad in front of him.
Yeah, absolutely, that he can do, but Heaven getting the better out of Lucky. But steel shot, that grenade going in, slam dunk, Lemmy getting knocked over there. Now Team Phantom has to focus on reviving their players, but right now they can be caught in a very sticky situation over here. One more Groot grenade, a few Molotovs coming in there can seal the deal for this team. And Phantom, they've had their woes, but now it's no time for excuses. Now you've got a plain fight where you can have to take that fight against all these other teams. But A1 having cover of that potato hills, they are sure utilizing it. But what do I see? Jane coming in out of nowhere, getting that kill onto with the players of Team Phantom. And now Team Phantom, 1 player down, 3 players surviving. They have to get inside the circle and have to figure out as to how they're gonna approach this game.
Yeah, the approach is definitely going to be have to reconsider. They are going to... Alright, you do see a team moving in front of you. Why is no one shooting? And now they finally do that. AGS lose down 2 players as the vehicle is going to explode. Heaven with the Molotov is going to try and finish him off, but it falls to their right side. So, Harnell, he is going to get a revive. Alright, they finish him off. Gole is going to be taken out in an instant. Harnell is going to get a revive from Muffin. And then these 2 players I don't think they should climb up anymore. I think they should stop. They are at the edge. They can be safe for a couple of seconds and just pace themselves slowly and steadily and then climb the mountain. They have 47 seconds.
Yeah, they do have, but you know what he could have done instead is go on towards the members of Angry Springs who are having their own trouble. And Shanul also again are getting knocked out there. But TDP, this is a good game. They must capitalize, but still have to cross a mountain. And that mountain is RisingNepal. And they've started hitting on it, and 1 player is already down. But when they move towards right, you have another mountain which is kind of breaking down. And Rivals, that's the team. You can never rule them out. But in the start of the game, they had already lost 2 of their players and still have made it to the top 12. But is this going to be a long road? Yes, certainly that is. But Sonam will figure out where Legend is. Will take him down. Instead, Joker, the MVP in the map of Sanhok. A lot of eyes are on him, but Sonam taking shots from Nova X will get that knock. But Joker has the mean machine, has the MK14, has taken a good knock. Will have to heal up, but does not have any kind of first aids. Just the bandages. But Team PTS, oh my goodness, Team Phantom, they are really fighting it out hard. But Jax being the last player surviving. Can he do something right now? Oh my goodness, Abrupt Slayers, they are on a roll. 4 Archangels, oh my goodness, they've been eliminated at the 12th position right now alongside Kirapi's Flow.
Yeah, the positioning is going to be important as well. But Angry Springs also take an exit from this game. RisingNepal in a tough situation. Abrupt Slayers trying to climb this ridge and take the fight. KS Axe take an exit. All right, a lot of eliminations happening instantaneously. Cooney is going to be left behind. His teammates move in from in front of him. He loses the cover. The other 2 teammates get knocked down, and Cooney is the last man surviving. A hilarious situation indeed, and Joker is the man who created it.
Yeah, Joker is the man, and look at him. He's got my favorite weapon, but Cooney has him in his radar. He has spotted him. Cooney instead opting for the first aid. No, that's a miscommunication between his mind and his heart, and with that, Cooney will be taken down. And Abrupt Slayers, they are ruling right now. 5 kills already TDP have to give that revive onto its Novix, an amazing player who's been providing all those support fire. But Steel Shot, he is stopping at nothing, takes down Jax, instantly finishes him off with this one single spray. Right now, members of Team High Voltage, Aussie knows there are players in front of him, throws that grenade. Oh my goodness, he hasn't been spotted yet. And Private 7, he's taken a lot of damage, but he has to heal himself up as High Voltage are right beside Team A1 Esports. But Heaven takes some shots at players from Team HARAME and has given up his position, on which TDP are going to capitalize.
Yeah, TDP, they have the house to protect them, and Shagar uses it to his advantage, takes down Legend, Heaven and Joker to the flanks. Heaven is going to be dropped down by Harame's Karthak. The exposed position for Abrupt Slayers is going to be punishable, and the teams are doing just that. Joker on the other side of the ridge, still trying to survive, but TDP Shagar steps out in the open, has to go back in. There are a lot of shots being fired from every single direction. High Voltage Aussie and his teammates on the other side of the ridge, they are just trying to survive the pressure that's being put on them by the players of A1 Esports.
And look at Team Rivals, they still have one of their players alive. 2 men down from the start, and that's the supremacy, that's the experience coming in handy. And now let's see where they are going to end. But oh my goodness, he did not spot that snake. Joker was certainly one with the nature, but Karthak will definitely finish him off. But Ozzy, he knows there were a few teams, he went on aggressive, he has spotted them down, but he's not taking his shots. He knows he's got a bigger enemy out there, and that is Team A1 right now. Oh my goodness, Steel Shot, you should have watched on your sides as Haywalk will take him down. Sinister, he's prone in, he knows that he's in a very bad position right now. They are being surrounded right now. What was really favoring A1 Esports at a point now has become a cause for their downfall. A Sinister, I just find him there, one man surviving. They've had so much advantage, but right now TDP, this certainly looks like their game. Or maybe for Team High Voltage, Karthak has been spotted, a lot of grenades being lobbed onto him. He's taken a lot of damage out there. He needs to heal up, but will TDP push it on? But right now Sinister, knowing the danger that's up ahead, throws a grenade down, but it goes a bit to north, and Haywalk and Nice7 are still surviving.
Yeah, the survival points are going to be important as well in this one, so the teams need to make sure that they get eliminated as late as possible, especially TDP, because they desperately need to outperform themselves in this one. A1 Esports, why am I not surprised seeing them in the top 4?
I expected them to get the chicken dinner, but you know, like I said, the circle, which was initially a boon for them, turned into a bane. Right now, TDP, they have got some level 3 armor and helmets for themselves. They are looking good, they're looking promising, and can really take the chicken dinner. This is a chance. This is a chance to gain the momentum. This is a chance to end this day on a good note. But right now, they've got Team High Voltage, who've been playing phenomenally well this time around in the initial days. But right now, Shagar, oh my god, can he spot down the players? And High Voltage, they have a slight rich advantage, but Karthak surviving for so long, how long is he gonna live?
I have no idea how is this man going to survive and how he is planning to move forward in the game. But in just a matter of seconds, everything is going to come crashing down for all these players. Right now, thrown out in the open, there are the ridges that are keeping them separate apart, but Karthak is going to be finished off, and now there were 3 teams in this match. Bragboy trying to get some frags for himself. A1 Esports gets eliminated as well. Down to 2 teams, 7 players. TDP with a man advantage, take down Aussie. 2 versus 4 situation, and TDP, they are going to climb and take this one. Havoc being taken down, just one lad surviving. Shagar, he's been spotted out. Why are you going for the heal? Just fire some shots and secure the kill. No one is shooting at him. They just ignore him completely. They wanted him to die on his own. Just watching the team of TDP just celebrate. We are seeing new forms of BM.
I need to digest
Yeah.
whatever happened in this game. I mean, this has to be one of the most interesting matches I've ever casted. Like, right from the get-go till the end. There was those nuances that kept on happening, and we were always taken aback. We were always taken by surprise. Oh, this can happen as well. This can happen as well.
I blame it all on you asking for the TBS to be in the airdrop.
There you go. DBS. We don't want DBS as a drop. Don't at least put that in the water. That hurts.
It hurts. It hurt everyone in the game, from the players blowing up their own teammates to a player being ignored in the very last situation. That was one kill point just being like thrown away.
I mean, he could have just at least gone for those 2 knocks. At least maybe he could have
I'm
converted.
talking about the players of TDP. They could have secured the kill point.
I don't know. I'm speechless. I'm really speechless. I am just waiting for the MVP to pop up. And DBS, you are my MVP, man.
Why did you have to say DBS before the MVP? Well, we are definitely going to have to see who the MVP is going to be without using the DBS. Could it be the man with the MK?
Yeah. I think it was Joker with the MK, and he was phenomenal. But he had a lot on his shoulders, to be honest, because they were looking very good in the late meet games. But when the game transitioned to the end phases, that is when all the shots came in, high voltage via Team HARAME. But now let's take a look at the MVP of this particular game. Who is going to be that one player? And has to be SOLTISQUAD. 5 kills, 940 damage. Working of the Hells had held on to the potato area, but it was just too much. Like I said, a lot of teams kind of clustering up over them and could not do much.
I said this as well. Potato Hill and Everest, both of these mountains put you in a similar position, wherein getting over there early is going to give you a lot of information, puts you in a really good position in the fights. But holding on is what becomes a challenge, because fighting in 4 different directions, I've only seen that happen once. It was Spring Split PMCO Pakistan. It was a map of Miramar wherein one team actually decided to fight in 4 different directions, and they actually survived.
Was it Bablu?
Yes, it was. And they actually survived for a really long time. Did not get the chicken dinner. Even they did not get the chicken dinner, and they were in their prime back then. But they did get a lot of kills. A1 Esports this time as well, same thing. They did not get the chicken dinner, but they got the position point, they got the kills, and that is what it is all about. Let's have a look at the top 5 players as well and see who all are going to be in there with our MVP of this game.
And following SOLTISQUAD will be Karthik, who did survive for so long, even after his comrades were down. And Joker, there you go, the MK14 god, the way he was playing with that weapon, I thought he's going to do wonders. Maybe a chicken dinner was coming out there, but could not really finish things off. Aussie, he also played his hearts out. 3 kills for him, 540 damage, nothing really much to scoff about, followed by Team Phantom, Jax. I mean, I have seen this team and Team Rivals do so well. Now when they are sort of not ending on those, you know, top 2, top 3, I kind of find that as a bad performance or a bad outing from them. But if in general, if you take, they had a decent outing. But yeah, like you were talking about Team A1, you know, they should have kind of spread out, having all their 4 players look in different directions. We just casted the World League. We saw the I think the Eastern World League champions, that is BTR, who are excellent at it. The way they position their players, that is something that all these pro players can learn. You need to understand. Yeah, now we have to take a look at the match summary. A lot more crazy things happened this time around.
This match was insane. 73 knocks, 52 kills. There you go. 11 more than that being denied. All right, 315. What?
I told you, this match was crazy. This match was insane. And that pretty much justifies it, how well the players were prepared for it. And it was a try-hard match, you know. All those teams trying to get onto the top of the hill, they had to utilize that for cover. And that was a good dish. And that's a good number.
Did we see all those smokes and nades? Where did they go? Because in the match, it looked like a pretty normal situation. It looked like an average number of nades. I was expecting to see slightly higher. All right, I was expecting, because on Erangel, the average, I'd say, is about 180 to 190 utility usage. I was expecting 210, 220. But today, earlier as well, we did get to see over 200 numbers. But come on, 315.
Because why not?
Yes, why not just do it?
If you have it, if you've picked it up, if you've looted it, then just take it.
Yeah, I like it. There is no such thing as an overusage of utility.
Yes, there is no such thing as that. You know, have all those first aids. We have seen Ryzen with how many first aids he had? I think
35.
35 first aids. We have seen bizarre moments like this.
There's 35 or 25 first aids. He did survive for a really long time.
Yeah, really long time.
Yeah.
He got the title of doctor.
Yeah, the Dr. Ryzen
without
from
even completing his education.
Well, we're going to have to look at the game-wide standings. Otherwise, Fixes is just going to keep on going with his bad jokes. But we have Trusty Process getting the chicken dinner in style. In fact, 25 points to them. Could have been 26, lads. But High Voltage on the second position, 21 points with 7 kills. So a good performance. A1 Esports on the third, 18 points to them. And let's talk about the teams that are bouncing back. Abrupt Slayers, Phantom Esports, and Rivals X.
Yeah,
And TDP. Yeah.
absolutely. TDP, we can. Oh my goodness! Finally, a much-needed respite for them, a much-needed chicken dinner for the bad times that they were having. Now they've really, stepped up the pedal. This time the kills are less, but still, they needed to figure out how to play those end circles and getting themselves in that, being a part of it. Now they've totally understood. Now when we see them tomorrow, when we see them playing, I think we might get to see a better outing out of them. But moving on to the next bottom half, quite a few surprises out there. E2S OPM, God's Reborn, again another team that I really thought could do wonders. But you can never leave things to entry.
Yeah. You can't leave things to just one player.
Yeah.
I completely agree with that. The team is gonna have to figure out what is going wrong for them this time, because let's be honest, the other teams have changed as well.
Yeah.
The other teams have definitely increased the aggression that they used to play with if you compare their performances in the group stages and their performances in the semi-finals. So they need to figure out how they can change their own stats or how they can adapt to their opponents. On the other side, one thing, TDP with the 5-kill chicken dinner, I have to say, I actually would like to see this happen more often. Because, I mean, the basics of the game, PUBG, a game of PUBG Mobile, it's about to see who is going to be the last man standing, and it was TDP. So you have to be safe, you have to secure those placement points. Let us have a look at the kill leaders as well and see who are the players who are getting the most kills and are the reason that people are not standing enough.
Yeah, and that has to be Joker over there. And these are your stats from the semi-final matches itself, right? So now Joker and Steel Shot, they are tied up with 11 kills. And look at the damage. That's very near as well.
Yeah.
But one thing I love about Team A1, look at his survival time, 24 minutes. And they've been so consistent. That clearly reflects through his performance.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that by the time they finish the 16 game, the survival time is going to drop. But if they can actually keep it close to 23, close to 22, I'm going to be impressed, because that's actually way high.
Yeah, that's actually way high. And Shoykot also joining the fray alongside Jane and Abrar. I mean, Abrar has always been a constant. Every single match that we see him playing, he's been there. He's been there in the kill leaders, getting things done for Team HFD. But right now, on the 6th position is the comrade from the team of A1 Esports, Sinister, joining the fray as well. We have Havoc. They did survive for long. And IR2. All these names are coming from the group stages. We have seen them again. Now we have seen them again. We have seen them now also. So now how things are supposed to be. I really want to see some new names popping out. I want to see Shagar in the top 10.
Definitely, a player of that caliber can make it. But I think since he has taken a lot of responsibility of the young lads in his team, it's going to be up to him to make sure the team reaches to the finals and again make it to the international stage. That's going to be the PMPL Season 2. So it is going to be a struggle, but somehow he seems to be making it work. But yes, we do expect to see him outperform himself and the sort of performance that he usually used to put up. Let us have a look at the leaderboard now and see how the teams have performed on the very first day of the semi-finals. Who's going to be leading the charge, who's going to be following up, and who's going to be in trouble.
And there you go, A1 Esports standing in the top right now with 84 points, 32 kills, the highest in fact, and followed by High Voltage. A nice chicken dinner coming there, 20 kills, 69 is the number. And on third position, we have E2S OPM. Okay, there's a dip, there's that difference coming in from the first, for the second, till the third. So now A1 Esports definitely have a good cushion for themselves, but now things don't end over here. You still have to keep it up running. It's just not a one-day show. You do very well in the first day and kind of mess it up on the second day. You have to be consistent throughout.
But look at this. There is a chicken dinner between number 3 and number 2, right?
Yeah.
And that makes things interesting over here, the second half. Now, with one game, standings are going to up and down like crazy. TDP, with one chicken dinner, they climbed up to the 9th position. They were so low before that last game, but 9th position is going to be good. 31 points from 4 games, still a little bit lower than the average that we want from this team, but it's just the first 4 games. They have 16 in total, 12 more to go.
Yeah, absolutely. And Rivals X are sitting where they are, where they were in fact at this match earlier. Phantom Esports have definitely stepped up, and DoyenKnights, oh my goodness, what is wrong with them? In the last match, we felt they had some issues with the internet, and this is the PMCO. If you kind of have a bad internet, get another one, get a third one. Does not matter. You have to play it out. I know these players; they are so good. 1 million. We've got so much expectations from them, and certainly in the semi-final stage, I would love to see more out of them in the finals as well.
Definitely, same here. I want to see these lads in the final because there is a lot of expectations from us, from the fans, and it is going to be up to the players, though, to see that they live up to the expectations. But it is still the early stages. It's still hard to figure out who is actually going to make it to the finals, who are going to be the teams in the top 10 in these semi-finals, and will be joining the 6 invited teams that are already waiting for these guys. We are done for the day, and we'll be coming back tomorrow at the same time. That's going to be 5:30 p.m. on the same YouTube channel, so make sure to tune in for day number 2, where the teams from Group A and C will battle it out. My name is Warren Super Johnny John, joined by Fixus, who was making some weird gestures for some reason. You guys take care. Have a good night.